before you, way before you, way before you, way before you.
Land your plane, land your
Ah,
plane,
ah.
land your plane, land your plane.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for boarding with Land Your Plane podcast. I am your pilot instructor, Stella Nooch. You are on Flight 41. I'm alongside with my flight attendants. Introduce yourself.
I'm 34 and a half. I'm your favorite cousin from an auntie and uncle you didn't even know you had. And I'm here. I'm ready to, you know what I mean? I done made it to TSA. You know what I mean? I was supposed to get a Spirit flight, but they told me I can get this one. So I guess I'm going to be on Frontier. We're going to land these planes. Let's get.
Hello, hello. This is LaShonda, ready for takeoff.
You're muted, Sig.
Bugsy Bogart, aka BUGs, aka why he talk like that, cause I got it on me.
I'm Reese. I'm ready for takeoff as well.
Cool, Billy.
Oh, it's on me. I thought it was my sis. All right. Coulterville 79, aka I will not let no bullshit slide, aka don't wait for.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's your boy Money Bags extraordinaire. I put the money in the bag so extraordinaire, aka Gemini, aka I can't wait for this.
Hey, it's Share Lady, Sunny Moon here to give a woman's perspective. Let's take it.
Welcome, welcome, everybody. Where we at? Take a bow, take a bow. Welcome, welcome, everybody. How y'all feeling? How y'all living? Y'all all right?
I woke up today.
Okay, okay. Everybody else? Everybody else? I'm good.
Man, blessed and highly favored. Just happy for this opportunity to be here. You know what I mean? Love it. Land the plane. Land your plane. LYP, man.
Respectfully. Ladies, how was y'all? Y'all all right out there?
Yes. Ready to go?
Let's do it. Today's episode is: have you already given your best version to a failed relationship, or does your best self keep evolving? We're going to start with, oh, this is a special request by my guy Dirt. We're going to start with self. What's your thoughts, or what's some words that come to mind when you hear the word self? It's on the floor. Jump
As
out.
pertains to the question, as pertains to your statement,
First question, just self.
Premeditated evolution. That's the first thing I think about when I think of self.
Individual. Who you are.
evolving, evolving. I take evolving.
Respectfully.
Personal. That's words like personal.
Ladies, Word self. What's some thoughts or the words that come to mind when you hear that?
For me, I think of my true essence.
Respectfully, Sonny, Reese.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say, repeat the question again.
The word self. What comes to mind, or what's some words? What's your thoughts on the word self, or what's some words that come to mind when you hear it?
I would say internal and personal.
Respectfully. Sunny Moon.
Love. When I think of self, I feel loved.
Love.
Yep. Loved.
Okay. The word self, I think of isolated and I want to, it's not so much others, but it's how you treat, not how you treat yourself is based on the connection that you have with others. But unless you're a loner, then I don't know. It's some I don't know. Isolated and others is what I had. I forgot the explanation of how I want to explain it. But next word is relationship. What's the
Hold on.
yeah.
Is that for specific people or everybody get to ask
Oh my
themselves?
bad, cool guy.
Yes. All right. Here we go. Self awareness, improvement, self accountability.
That's a good one.
Yeah, we'll go there. We start with that.
Respectfully, like that. Next word is relationship. What's the thought? What's the words or the thoughts that come to mind when you hear the word relationship?
Peace and
Sacrifice.
overstanding.
I heard sacrifice and peace and overstanding.
Reciprocation.
Reciprocation,
Nah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
good one.
Connection.
Connection.
Death.
Death.
Oh, he just read out the window with that one.
Take and give.
What'd you say?
Take and give.
Couldn't hear it.
What is that?
Yeah, I can't
She
really
said,
hear. So
she said take and give.
take and give. Okay.
Yes.
I think it's a learning
Take and
ground.
give.
Repeat that.
Learning ground. Your relationship, any relationship is a learning ground.
Learning.
That was
I would
everybody.
I would say respect and a bond.
Like that.
What was the last one? What was the last one?
A bond.
Respect and a bond.
Oh, bond. All right.
Um, Third said a connection, and another one I had was territory. When you in a relationship, you get territorial. You have a different mentality to protect what's yours. You feel me? So, whether it's friendship, relationship, partnership, you feel me? Your kids, whatever, become territorial. All right. Today's question is, and you at home, y'all can answer. You already know in the comments section. Did you give your best self to the wrong person? All right, so let's move to the first scenario. First scenario is a man spent 8 years supporting his girlfriend through college, helping her buy a home, and encouraging her career. 6 months after they broke up, she marries someone else. He says the next man got the finished product. First question: did he waste his best years building someone else's future, or was that simply love? And don't talk over each other, but respect, jump out the window.
Did he give his best years?
Did he
Right?
waste
That's what
his
you're
best
saying.
years building someone else's future?
I would
You heard
say
it?
no. I would say no. I don't think he did.
Uh, kind of.
I would say no. I don't think he did that. I feel like is I think that if you love somebody truly, whether they stay with you or not, it's just a piece of what the love is. So you should want the best for them. And if the best for them was graduating and then getting into that new relationship and they're happy, then still appreciate the time you spent with that person, opposed to looking at it as a complete failure of yeah, y'all didn't work out, but if you're not the best for that person, you're not the best for that person. So I don't think it's a complete you took the best years of your life. I think you did the right thing, which is never wrong. And if she didn't want to stay with you, I think she's doing the right thing by not staying with you. And if she found somebody else, I also think she's doing the right thing by doing that. So no, I wouldn't feel like I wasted the best years of my life to take care of somebody. In my mind, I would just feel like I invested in a thing that I believed in, and the belief was proven. So I know that now maybe I should be in the stock market because I know how to invest in the right things. I made a correct investment. A lot of to me, I would see it a failure, not just because she got with another dude, but if she didn't graduate. That would be more of a failure to me. Not the idea of me investing in her college and all of that. Is the idea, damn, I spent all this money for you to go to college and you got kicked out of college. Damn. So if she graduated, I made a good investment and I had the right idea, maybe for the wrong person for me, but I don't think that was a complete failure to some extent. I don't think I wasted a person if I had did that I had wasted any time because I could I hopefully I'm a big person who believes that our higher power cannot put things in our hands when they're full already. That you need room in your hands. So if she's in my hands, that means I won't be able to meet the right person. And she's might not be the right person for me. Whether I thought at that time she was or not. So no, I don't see that as a bad thing or a good thing. And I'll land with that.
For, for, for me, I would anybody who's with me, I want to give the best version of myself. I'm gonna give you the true definition of me, right? Like I'm a character of acceptance and willing and seeing the future. I see what's going, and it's not a failure. Shout out to Mo. It's not a failure. It's just what I mean. It didn't work out. Long as I walk away knowing that certain things got handled, you became the best version of yourself. It ain't for us to move the fuck on forever, or it is, right? So I would not say it's a failure. I would say I honestly did my best. I you helped me, I helped you, and so have you, right? So I'll see it. I'll walk away happy. You feel me?
I'm a banana.
I'm good. I land. I land with that.
Somebody jump out.
They asked me why I talk like that, because I got it on me. I feel like I heard a bunch of lies and bullshit. The ego of a man. Let's talk about the ego and pride of a man. We could talk all of that. Oh yeah, the betterment of the relationship and the woman. Yeah, I mean when I see her on there or CNN talking with the degrees I gave her, bigging up another nigga for everything he did for her, and don't mention me not once. I'ma praise her and I'ma go, you know what? That was a good investment. That's yo, word up. Cause you know, real niggas do real things. You know what I mean? Look at my investment that I
See how
put
you alter?
time
You
in
see how you
or money
altered?
in.
See how you
Excuse me,
altered the
sir.
scenario?
Excuse me, sir. I'm just talking about how niggas is weird. That's all I'm saying. Maybe my ego and my pride is a little bit
you
different.
ain't like my
Because
answer?
No, I'm
you
just
added
saying
to the
it's the
scenario. You added to the
first of all,
scenario.
I'm talking about me. It's the same difference. Whether y'all at a ball or a function together and she go, you know what? I want to thank my man right there for everything he did for me and put me in my position.
Nobody said no thanks. Nobody said
It
nothing about
doesn't
nobody
matter.
getting
That's
thanks.
when we play the tape all the way through as an adult, that's where it goes to. She's not thanking you no more. Nigga, you out the way. Your time, your efforts. When she pray to God now, nigga, she not praying for you. When she's thanking people, she's not thanking you. But you sitting around and you go, you know what? That was a good investment I made right there. You know what I mean? I pride myself on my investment. You know what I mean? Real niggas do real things. I'm glad I invested in her. You know what I mean? Me personally, do I feel like that comes from saying things like that or feeling that type of way comes from a place of bitterness? Yes, I feel like it does come from a place of bitterness, but I'm not going to say that them feelings will not arise when you go, damn, son. You feel me? Like it's
Yeah.
public information now. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Somebody's got
in,
son playing in the background. Mute up, please.
it's not
Oh,
me.
that's the guy.
But yeah, when you I don't have a Facebook, but I know a lot of people do. You see a Facebook post and she thanking him for everything that he has done for her. And she says something like, without you, I wouldn't be where I'm at. You're telling me that you're not gonna go, bitch, I put you, excuse me, female dog, I put you through college. I sat around and paid all the bills, but without him, you wouldn't be where you at. You're not gonna feel that at all? Niggas is weird.
Is that a question or is that a statement?
I'm talking for me. I'm not talking for nobody else. Everybody else was already weird and said whatever weird shit they wanted to say. I can acknowledge that I am a human being and I have feelings, whether they are right feelings or rightfully so or not. I can point out the error. One thing I've learned in my journey is that it's some flaws within myself that aren't going to get better. Yes, I'm going to be angry. I'm going to be highly upset.
Hold on,
It,
sir. I won't cut your wisdom. Please, everybody mute up. There's son in the background. Go ahead, say my bad.
yeah, so it is flaws within our character. Should I be feeling bitter because of this situation? No, no. But can I ignore a human reaction? You understand what I'm saying? It's certain things that happen after the relationship when somebody gets with a new person. You feel me? Cuz here goes the dilemma. You gave the best version of yourself so that she could give the best version of herself to someone else. Whether it is whether it is a factual statement or not, we all will feel that. And I land with that. Niggas is weird.
Doesn't that real quick? Doesn't that mean that you're salty?
Doesn't that mean what?
Like I don't want to be salty because doesn't that
Yeah,
mean
you
you're
got it.
salty about
Wanted to
how
come
she
out.
moved on?
Stalking. How's that
No, no,
stalking,
no, no, no.
sir?
Look, bro. No, I said salty, salty. No, not stalking, salty, like
Oh yeah,
bitter.
I definitely
You
said it was
feeling
salty.
like
I said
damn.
that. I said that.
So
I
so
said that it's
so
salty.
so look, that means after we're over, I still feel some sort of way. I did what I
Yes,
did for her.
if I
I'm not
spent
gonna.
my money and my time and you're thanking somebody else for your success, yes, I'm salty. What do you mean?
Yeah. So look, bro. I don't want to feel like that, so I let it go. So what I did when she was with me. You do what you do when you're not with me. I'm not gonna say, look what I did. Look, I did this and I did that. Damn, that should have been me. Man, I got a life to live too. So after me, you're right. I am gonna be on some. Damn, you feel me? Like that's what's up. But damn, come. But all that in my brain about what she moved on to and she thinking him, nigga. Me and her know the truth. That's behind closed doors. Me and her know the truth. So that's all that matters to me. So move the fuck on. I move on. Thank him. But in reality, in fact, I did this
I
for you.
I
And
never
you said
listen.
that.
That's
You said
just
Listen, I
respectfully.
never said anything about publicly speaking out against the woman or the relationship. I'm talking about a feeling because that's where the question was based at, in a feeling of thyself. So I explained how I would feel. If my honest reaction
Right.
upsetted you, then I apologize. You don't have to defend your honest reaction. That's how you feel. I don't feel like that. I am a human being who has feelings. So if I see some weird shit in my head, I'm gonna go, "Oh, this person is weird."
Can I ask
Why would you?
something?
Hold on one
No,
second. Sunny, hold
yeah,
on. Sunny Moon, you can hear us? Yeah, she back.
yeah, she on there.
At any
I'm,
time, if you can't hear or if anything goes out, just back out. We'll let you back on. Go ahead, Dirk.
I was gonna ask you. I was gonna say, isn't that some of that a piece of you not if like imagine me laying with my new girl that I love and I'm happy with and we're having a successful relationship and I yeah I can still be looking at it and caring about her like if I move on I moved on too. I think that is going to be the hurt or the level of caring will be based on me not moving on. Is if I moved on and I found something successful too, I might be happy for that failed relationship because I might be happier with the new person I'm with. So if I'm happy too, how come I might not be happy for her? So you telling me I'm happy too? I got a new girl, I'm happy too, and I'm still worried about whether or
one
not she giving me a thing.
one
I'm asking
feel
you.
what I'm about to tell you. One feeling doesn't exclude the other. It's not, oh, this is this or that's that. And I'm not talking about love, and I'm not even talking about wanting to be in a relationship with them. I'm talking about giving respect where respect is due. Who led the Bulls? Who led the Bulls to their championships?
Phil
Mike
Jackson.
Michael Jordan. If somebody says Scottie Pippen, are you going to check them and say, "Oh, that," or you going to go, "That's right"? Give respect where respect is due. That's what my thing is at. So at the end of the day, when I'm watching this person giving her best version of herself to somebody else, am I going to kill, like, am I going to shoot the world up or destroy the world over it? No. But a piece of my mind is going to go. I already said that I am more prideful than the rest of y'all. I have more ego than the rest of y'all. I'm sorry. I'm a human being with feelings. Y'all could go, "Oh, yeah, that's nothing." Not me. and
Yeah,
leave me
respectful.
alone.
That's all you say.
Y'all the only two who feel like you gotta defend your honest answer. The truth needs no defense. Why do y'all
Right.
have me on defense? Are y'all that upset about how I feel about a personal question that was directed towards me? And please remember, before y'all say anything to me, revert back to the tagline. All right? Why he talk like that? Now leave me
Rephrase the
alone
question.
and
Because
let
he
the
got
rest
teeth.
of the people
Because he got
finish
teeth in a
saying what
voice.
they're saying.
Because he got teeth in a voice. That's why he took like that.
Yeah. Leave the other people, let the other people answer the question. Y'all want to attack me. I didn't attack
I
nobody.
I'm not attacking you. I'm not
I
no.
feel
attacking
I
like
you.
just
I'm
want
under
to.
attack.
I just want to ask the question. That's it.
Why we couldn't wait till
What
everybody
was the
answer?
question? Can I get
Huh?
the question, please? I wasn't here for the question.
Thank you, Sonny. That's what we're supposed to be here for.
So
Everybody
can
just
I,
want to
can
bother
you
me.
please report the question again? And then I'm just going to go next if you guys don't mind.
Thank you, Sonny. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. I got you. Did he waste his best? Oh, did you hear the scenario, or you need to hear the scenario too?
If you're not
Or
talking, you might need to mute yourself.
please.
Yeah, go ahead and just start that over for me, please. Been
All
having
right,
some technicalities here.
I got you. A man spent 8 years supporting his girlfriend through college, helping her buy a home, and encouraging her career. 6 months after they broke up, she married someone else. He says the next man got the finished product. Question is, did he waste his best years building someone else's future, or was that simply love?
Um, well, she seemed like she was in love, man. So I'm gonna say I did waste my time. And the second I heard those comments, I would have been going to court and I would have been pulling out them educational bills that I paid for because her and her new nigga that she happy with that help her get there is gonna help her pay these bills too. I got messages and text because we were supporting each other. Now, bitch, I was supporting you. So I'm gonna help you out by asking your nigga, that new one that helped you out, ask him about these bills that I paid, right? And then we could be even. I'll feel comfortable then. We'll be even then. You're right. He helped you now, and that's the best thing for you because you're gonna need that help. I'll land.
Shonda, Reese, did he waste his best years building someone else's future, or was that simply love?
I would say he didn't waste his best years building her future, but I would say that it definitely is like a smack in the face when you sit there and you put everything into somebody to build them up to be successful and then they leave you to go be with somebody else. Granted, I don't know the circumstances to the rest of their story or their thing or whatever, but I'm gonna be salty. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be a little salty as well. Because I feel like, did you pour into me as much as I poured into you in that 8 years? So we're both successful, or did I just pour into you for that 8 years? You're successful, you left, you went to be with somebody else, and here I am now having to build myself because I wasted all my time building you. So I would be a little salty. I don't know if I'm gonna go to court because I'm gonna put it in my past and let it be what it is, but I'm gonna be salty.
Respectful.
Aren't you already success? If you can afford to pay somebody college bill, aren't you already at a success level? Most likely.
Hey, it's not the point of that.
And
The
I was
point
gonna,
is
and I was
that
gonna
you
say that
thought
too.
you was gonna go be happy, baby. But these bills come along with it, though. Remember, because you needed me to help you with the bill. Remember, and you was
My
happy.
thing,
Remember,
my thing is, I might be successful, yes, but at the same time, why do I have to waste all my shit building you for the next person?
come through,
So
Reese.
yeah, I'm gonna be salty too because at the end of the day, go get that bitch now and help her build that shit now. But the
You
problem
know
is
what?
that no, the problem is that men want to have the women that are gonna build it and then go get with the little fucking dirt rag that can't do shit. So if you want
You
the
know.
dirt rag that can't go do shit, then go be with that person. Don't use me to build your shit and then go be with her. What the
I
fuck?
think. I think it's very nice that most of the women have the same emotions as one of the fellas. I think that's very nice that they have similar things. I get that, and that's because that's a woman's emotion, so it's to be expected.
No, that's an emotion of
Yeah,
people
nah,
wanting
I
to
ain't gonna.
use
Yeah, we
other
can't do that.
people.
That's a
First,
human
first
emotion,
of
man.
all, first of all, 90. I would say 90% of murders in the hood is over a bitch.
I'm not even saying a woman or a man. I'm just saying the scenario in general.
No, I
Don't
Yeah,
know.
he
I'm
use.
wanted
just
he wanted to
It,
throw shots
it uses
because he's
human
so
emotion.
upset at my response for telling the truth.
Facts.
That's all it is. Anytime, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Everybody spoke on how it was to them, but they want to come and attack me for having
I'm
I
my
not
didn't.
own
attacking you.
personal
No,
feelings.
I didn't attack you, bro. I was asking a question. I'm saying I'm not gonna feel salty. That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna
As
feel
and
salty. It
look,
was just it
And
was
you
a part
lying.
of our
You
program.
lying.
I'm lying. What am
Yeah,
I gonna feel salty
you're
for?
gonna feel some
That
type
means
of way. It's just a human emotion to feel some type of way. You're gonna feel some
respectfully,
type of way. I'm not saying that
respectfully.
you're gonna go
I
to
didn't.
the
No, no, no,
extent.
no, no, no.
I'm
I
not
didn't say
saying
I
that you're gonna
wouldn't.
go to the extent of being jealous and all that. I'm not saying that that's the extent you're gonna go to,
No,
but you're gonna
no,
feel some sort of way that you wasted your time, your money to build somebody up
yeah,
to make them successful just to go be with the next person. If you want to go be with the next
listen.
person, go have that bitch build you up, or go have that man build you up, vice versa, whatever.
I
Don't
want to.
waste my
What
damn
I'm
time.
what I don't want to do is bring a true story of mine in here, and that's what I'm trying to just. I'm trying to go from my experience. What I done is just moved on. Yes, I was upset. I was upset because
End of story. You was upset.
what
That's the end of the story. You was
yeah, but I'm
upset.
not gonna let it. I'm not gonna let it ruin the rest of my life
No
because you
one
on
said
the
nothing
TV
about
and you
ruining the
said
rest of your life. All we're
It
saying
said,
is that
"How
you're
would
gonna
you
be salty.
feel?" It said, "How would you feel?" If you say that you was upset, then that is what you felt. That was the scenario.
no. Okay.
That was the
Yeah.
scenario. How would it make you
All right,
feel?
all right, y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got
That's
it.
the
I feel,
scenario.
I feel, I feel upset. Respectfully, I feel upset. I really would.
Right.
I feel
And
upset.
I feel like going to court. You know, we all got different feelings.
I don't have
Yeah,
feelings. I'm not
what
an
are you gonna
emotional
get?
person.
Huh? You said what? You
I'm
said
not that
what?
emotional. I'm not that
You
emotional.
okay? Probably now as an
All right,
adult, maybe.
let's get some other thought. Lashonda, cool.
Um, so my first reaction is like, so I have another question really that can't really answer, but my question is like, did he spend all of his time just fulfilling her dreams and not his? Because if he did, then it's his fault. It ain't her fault, it's his fault. Anytime you spend all your
Pretty much.
time on somebody else's life and not your own, it's your fault. So you can be salty all you want, but you should be salty at yourself because you,
Copy.
That's
you
Hold on, hold
a
on.
nobody
Let me
made you
read this.
do it.
Let me read the scenario for you before you go off.
Can I?
A man spent
I
8
just want to
years
answer that.
supporting
I
his
want to.
girlfriend.
hold on. Coop didn't answer.
Yeah.
No, so
I just
No,
want
yeah,
Lashana,
to.
yeah.
we'll
It's
get
not his turn.
Who
Somebody mute
wants?
up, please.
Lashana's still going. We got you, Coop. Lashana's still going.
I
A
know.
man
I
spent
wanted
8
to.
years
I
supporting
wanted
his
to.
girl.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We're not skipping. A man spent 8 years supporting his girlfriend through college, helping her buy a home and encouraging her career. 6 months later, 6 months after they break up, she married someone else. He says the next man got the finished product. Go ahead, Lashana.
Okay. So, in the sense of yes, she has her degree, yes, she'll be at a better job. That part is true, correct. The next person does get the finished product. There's no question about that part. Um, but I think it just depends on what way did you give. Did you give to get back? Like, are you looking at a relationship like it has to be 50-50 as what I give, you have to give me the exact same thing back? What kind of arrangement did you make? So for me, it's not cut and dry. Like I've given, I hands down, I've given all the way up until debt. I didn't ask those people for anything in return. We're actually still friends. And I didn't feel salty because it was my choice. And the only person I was upset at if I walked out with nothing was me. It wasn't the other person. It was me. Because nobody made you do it. You got to take responsibility and ownership of your own stuff and your own behavior. So being mad at somebody else because you made a decision because you came from a needy and desperate space and wanted to be loved. So you gave all this stuff to say, hey, please love me back. That's your stuff. That's really your stuff. That ain't nobody else's. You got to check yourself. You got to say, why did I do that? Why was I giving? If you give freely, then you just give freely. But if you gave with some expectation behind it, that's where the problems come. Is when you give with expectation and you're not really clear. You're not giving from the heart. You're giving from a place of, well, an obligation or an expectation, which is a very different place than love. Very different place than love for giving. So I believe I don't think he failed. I don't think he gave his best years because I feel like your best is always, to come. However, he might need to look at himself and how he makes choices and how he makes decisions. Because if he walks away feeling unfulfilled, like I gave up too much, then that's for him to check. That has nothing to do with her. I'll land with that.
All right. All right. So
Gotta
look.
Hold
say
on,
ain't
let
no
me say
better.
something
All
right
right.
quick,
So
Coop.
look.
Let me say something right
Look.
quick, Mr.
I'm gonna let
Hold
you
up.
go.
Let me.
Cookman hasn't talked.
All right. So with that said, Lashonda, right? So with that said, if we in this 8 years, that means am expecting something. That means I'm putting. You know what I'm saying? We doing this together. That was the plan when we first got together. The plan was, all right, you both gonna shoot to the top. And like Cuz said, most likely, if I'm up and able to pay your bills and put you through school, I'm probably up a little bit. So my expectation is in there. My expectation is putting it in you. Like, yo, all right, so let me get you right so we both can get right. So I'm coming from that perspective. Like, yo, all right, I'm going to get you right. That way we both is up. And that way we both together can continue our mission and go further. So the expectation is like, yo, all right, we got this. We doing this. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna. That's what I'm gonna answer on that one. But
Okay.
let me
Can
answer
I
the
can I
question.
respond to that real quick and then
Yeah,
I'll let
yeah,
you
yeah.
have the
But I
floor?
also want to answer the question. I
Yeah,
just want to answer the question as well. But good, please,
got
you
you.
can answer.
But the scenario said he bought her a house. It didn't say we bought a house together.
It was no
The
house bought. It was
Yeah, it
just
did
poured
say
in.
that. In the scenario it said that didn't it say he bought her a house?
Hold on, I got you. Hold on. A man spent
Inspire
eight
her.
years support. A man spent 8 years supporting his girlfriend through college, helping her buy a home, and
See, bought her.
Oh,
encouraging
I
her
didn't hear that
career.
part. I didn't hear that
See,
part.
he bought her a home. He didn't build that. That's what I'm saying about the togetherness. That was my question.
Okay,
Are we building together? Because if you just bought her a house, that don't sound like we.
right.
That
Helping her
I
buy
agree.
a home.
All right.
Is that
All right.
helping buy a home?
Helping her buy a home. So it's a little
Still,
different.
So that could
yeah,
be
nah,
me.
that's still crazy. This nigga wildin'. All right, you're right. This nigga wildin'. All right.
But even,
So
but
let me
hold up,
answer
hold up, hold up. But
let me answer the
even,
question now though.
oh,
Can you
go
answer
ahead.
that question?
All right, can you hit? All right, can you hit that one more time, Bezo?
Got you.
Sorry.
Did he waste his? Oh, you want me to hit the scenario or the question?
Nah, just the question.
Did he waste his best years building someone else's future, or was that simply love?
All right, so with that being said, right? So let me just say, keeping it real and shit. I think every nigga gonna feel salty a little bit. If you act on it, if you not act on it, that's personal. That's personal preference on how you want to handle the situation. Just me personally, I ain't gonna give a fuck. You know what I mean? Once you ain't with me, fuck you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck no more. You know what I'm saying? But again, everybody's gonna feel a little salty spending 8 years pouring into something, hoping that we get this together and it comes together in the end. And that's not the scenario. You run off with the next nigga and then thanking the nigga getting awards and shit like, yo, I wouldn't do without, you know what I'm saying? Without this, like, yeah, everybody gonna be like, this bitch here, or this nigga, this fuck boy, or you know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna have that little bit in them. May not act on it again, but it's gonna be there. Some niggas don't. But I mean personally, I'm gonna talk for me personally. I'm gonna look through with a side eye a little bit, like yeah, all right, ho, okay. But me personally, I'm just gonna say fuck it, it's whatever. It is what it is. And then like you said, also I want to agree with because my best years or my best is yet to come. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there.
You might have to back out and come back in because it sounded a little crazy a little bit. I can hear you, but it just sounded like you're far away from the microphone.
I am in the car. I'm in the car. Let me
Yeah, it sound like that. That's why. Did everybody land on that? Everybody jumped out on that?
I just want to say that DeVille's a Capricorn, so that's probably why he feels like that.
Respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully. Did he waste building someone else's future?
You're a liar, is what you are. That's what the fuck you is, dude.
I agree with some.
You think you're muted? You thought you was muted? You thought you
I agree with that it's gonna be salty, but Dirt also said, what was it? You said 90-10, 90% of it is your actions and 10% of it is your reaction or something like that?
No, 90% is your reaction, 10% is the actual thing that happens.
All right.
Then you have the most power is your reaction to what something happens. That's
most
of it.
Most of my reaction would not be given a fuck. How I walk through it is unbelievable. It needs to be studied of how I cannot give a fuck about something and that fast. You feel me? So yeah, part of me would be salty of voluntarily and willingly pouring into something, but I don't get mad after when I plant something and it doesn't, you feel me, go all the way to harvest and don't yield the fruit. You feel me? I just, know I gotta master my craft. You feel me? And do what I gotta do. So yeah, it was.
But also when you harvest something, cuzzo, you still own it.
Exactly.
You know
not if when you plant nothing grows. You can plant a seed. It doesn't mean that I'm going to end up with fucking strawberries and watermelons.
Facts,
that could be. It can fall out.
You still own it though. Now
that seed, what?
Right,
the land?
Right.
I still.
I'm saying, what is it that we own it?
The dirt, the soil, and you still own the seeds.
Foundation.
Yeah,
the foundation.
I still got the foundation.
Just because the plant doesn't bloom this harvest, just because it doesn't bloom this harvest, doesn't mean that it never blooms.
Correct.
That's
Those
the good thing about seeds.
Not. I need to plant.
That's not how it works.
I would have to plant. I would have to plant new seeds.
You still own it. It's still in your life, and you still got a chance to do this shit again. But if that shit harvest or it bloom and that shit happen to grow feet and that shit walk away, like, yo, I'm done with this shit. I'm gonna go to another farmer. You gonna be like, nigga, what? All the sunshine, all the water, all the shit I done did for you, bitch, little nigga or little seed. You gonna feel a little way about that? Are you just gonna go to another farmer? Oh, all right.
Nah, cool. They not gonna feel no type of way about it, son. I mean,
he's a Sagittarius.
Look, no. There's a moment there. There's a moment there, but I'm not gonna let it fuck me up. It's a moment.
Yeah, nobody asks about fucking up. We say feel salty. That's it.
And my thing too is the time frame. Like I did all of this over 8 years, and then in 6 months you got married.
Yo, I looked at that too. I'm like, you've been cheating on me. You've been taking my motherfucker.
And you already married.
You've been doing something. In 6 months? Get the fuck out of here. Thank you, Reese. Thank you. I was looking at that like, damn. 6 months?
Megan, can I ask you something right quick?
Yeah.
Just let me know if you remember this song. We don't have to say where it came from or anything. Just ask me just let me know if you remember this song right quick. So long. Charmaine, you did me so wrong. And
And
I
I
don't
don't
want
want
to
to go
go
on
on
living in
living
this
in this
world
world
without you.
without you.
Yeah,
You remember that?
respectfully.
You know who played that song for like 2 weeks straight? You remember?
2 weeks,
Mo.
a month.
Mo.
Mo had
I'm
to.
saying
Who is
niggas
Mo?
don't be giving a
Who's
fuck
Mo?
about nothing though. That's it.
Who's
I'm
Mo?
done. I'm done. I didn't talk about nobody. I asked my nigga Mega. He
I
was there.
said,
I
who
asked
is
him a
Mo?
question.
Somebody said Mo. I'm asking, who the fuck is Mo? I don't know who Mo is.
That person wasn't there, so he don't even know what he's talking about. I don't know who said it. I
I,
talked to Mega.
I
Me and
said it.
Mega
I
had
said
a
it
A
had to be
month.
conversation.
Mo.
Who's
No, I
Mo?
don't. I don't know who it was. I just asked Mega a question about niggas not giving a fuck. That's it.
I got a question for everybody before we move to the next one. If you are in a new relationship, do you tell them about your failed relationship that you was great in?
Hell no.
Say it one more time.
Yeah, yeah.
If you are in a new relationship, do you tell them about your failed relationship that you was great in?
I don't
That you
sound like
regret?
shit.
Should
She
he
fell.
should he, use that as reference to his
He,
next relationship?
hell no. Let the women do that.
Yeah, ain't nobody. I ain't look.
Look,
I
look,
ain't not feeling salty and throwing salt is two different things.
yeah, hell no.
Yeah, I
Hell
ain't throwing
That's
salt.
facts.
I ain't
You
throwing
don't bring
salt on
old shit and
nobody.
new shit. You don't bring old
Nah,
shit into new shit.
I ain't throwing no
no,
salt.
no, no,
Nah,
no.
as a grown man,
Absolutely.
nah, I'm not a sucker. I'm not throwing salt on nobody. Oh yeah,
I,
that bitch
I,
wouldn't have
I
shit if
moved
it wasn't for
on.
me.
I moved on. I moved on.
That's a goofy nigga. Hey, man, don't fuck with her, man. She'll use up all your money and leave you, man. She ain't the one for you. She ain't the one
Yeah,
for you,
that
man.
that 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 that's salty. Yeah, that's salty as fuck. That's salty as fuck.
So
She'll
let me
leave
say
you.
something. Let me say something real quick. My bad. So you got a new girl or you got a new man because it could go be either way, and you pay for your other girl or your other man's college, and everything happened. We know the scenario that happened. Now your new person is talking to you about wanting to go to college and needs similar help. When you tell them no, they're probably going to want to know the reason why you're telling them no. You're not going to bring up why you're telling them no. You're going to lie and just say, I'm just saying no, just to say
Why
no.
would
No,
you?
Or
no,
you're going
Why
no.
to
would you
It's
say,
say
none of
let
your
no?
me tell
business.
you
Hold on,
this is
Yeah,
what happened.
hold on. Why would you say
Hold
no?
up. Thank you. That's what I was
you,
gonna
you
say.
just said
Thank you.
you just said
Because
planting new seeds.
you don't feel salty. So why would you say no?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't
No,
either. Fuck
I
my
wouldn't
salty
either.
feelings. I'm
Right,
still going to build up the woman in my relationship and treat her in the exact same way because I don't
right.
think anything I did was wrong. I think how she did it was wrong.
I that's what I'm saying. I agree.
And
Facts.
if you saying that you wouldn't do it for the next female that came along, then you secretly feel
I
salty.
wouldn't do that. I wasn't
Correct.
Yes,
saying that. I just was giving
Okay.
yes,
a scenario to
definitely.
Yeah.
help get
Nah.
people
I be
understand
answering. Nah. We answer.
why
We
you
answer
might
the
Yeah.
bring it up.
scenario.
Why you might bring it up. That's all I was trying to say. Why a person
No, but
might
you
bring it
wouldn't.
up.
No, no.
I'm
Then
not feeling no
no,
type
you
of
wouldn't bring
salt.
it up. Yeah, you wouldn't bring it up
I'm
at
gonna
all.
do it again. I'm gonna do it again and again and again.
I'm
And
gonna do it again. I'm gonna do
it
it again.
has.
I'm still.
That's who I am. That's my character. Correct. Exactly.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes, sir. That's what it is.
It's not
That's
like
definitely what it is.
I already invent that, and that goes back to the whole title of this whole thing here. Did you give your best years to this person? And like, no, yeah, nah, not at all. Each person gets the best of
No,
me. I'm not going, like the next person ain't going to get 75% of me because the last bitch took what she took from me. Nah, she doesn't deserve that. And if that's how you feel, you shouldn't get in the next relationship. You need to sit down on a bleach,
And
sit on the
heal.
you
bench,
need to go to
and then
And
therapy.
heal.
reevaluate.
You need
Chill out,
yeah,
motherfucker.
you need
Read
to
the
sit down.
Bible or do whatever you need to do
Sit
to
down. Sit
motherfucker
your
get your shit
motherfucking
right
ass down.
for the next person.
Yeah, go heal. Yeah,
Because everybody ain't the
exactly.
same, bro. Every female ain't the same.
Facts. Just like
That's
every
a
nigga ain't the
figure.
same.
Also a
Vice
fact.
versa. Vice versa.
Somebody could
Facts.
ask them. All right, next question. Ladies can answer first. Is it fair to say another man got the finished product, or did she continue growing after the relationship ended? Ladies first, we want this one.
I'll go first. I feel like that people are always evolving and becoming better. Well, that should be your goal. I can't say that people are always doing that. That should be your goal, is always to keep growing and becoming better. So I don't think that at any time you should just become stagnant and not be your best self. So after she left that relationship, she should have continued to grow. And yeah, he did the foundation work for her, but don't stop just because you're not in that relationship. Continue to grow and be better for the person that you now are with. I'm gonna land with that.
No, I agree. Um, I just think that it's just reason, season, lifetime. Someone might be there for a season. They might be there for that particular thing. They're not meant to be there for your whole life. Maybe they're not your person or whatever, however you feel. So I just think, they moved on and she might have evolved, they might have changed. Um, it's hard to tell because it's just a scenario without a lot of details, but I just hope that both of them have evolved. And, I kind of believe what Dirk said is like maybe she wasn't the right one for him anyway. So by her moving out the way, now he gets the person who can really be there and they can build something together. Because that other scenario sounded one sided to me. But now it's like they could build together and build for their future and be on the same page for what they're trying to build together. I land with that.
Sonny.
Sonny Moon.
Sorry, I'm over here eating. So what y'all say? Say that again. I'm sorry. The chewing of the salad in my ear. Go ahead.
Salad. What kind of salad you eat?
Most
Question
question again, huh?
4.
Hmm.
Is it fair to say, hold on. Is it fair to say is it fair to say another man got the finished product, or did she continue growing after the relationship ended?
Well, I hope she continued to grow when she told that man he was like the reason why she where she at. I hope she was growing. Did he get the finished product? No, I don't believe so because I help her get there. You feel me? She didn't struggle to get there. And that's what happens when you're growing. You have to be able to struggle through whatever you're going through. That builds your character. So I hope that she, do better on moving forward. But you had to pick up different things to get to where you at. And she wasn't able to do that. So hopefully he can help her, you know? Those parts that I was there for that she didn't pick up, hopefully he can help her do that. You know what I mean? You can always grow when you leave, Something wrong with that. No, I don't think he got the best product up out of her. I don't think that. Because most of the work was on his back. And so how did that build her character? But hey, I laugh.
Gentlemen, any questions for them or jump out?
Oh, bro, my shit. Fucking.
Say that question again, cousin. Excuse me.
Is it fair to say another man got the finished product, or did she continue growing after the relationship ended?
I don't give a fuck personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, nigga, you ain't with me, bitch. I don't really give a fuck. Again, this goes back to that. Like, you can get the finished product, you can get whatever fucking you is at the whatever you feel like you is. You know what I'm saying? Personally, because you ain't with the kid no more. So you no longer on my mind. You no longer my, you know what I'm saying? My situation. You no longer thought of. Me, you actually, you know what I mean? I'm a Capricorn. Motherfucker, you dead. You dead to me. So I don't give a fuck.
Everybody know who I am. So see you later, man. I second my
Yo,
brother. See you
Just
later.
me. Just me personally.
Yo, every time that nigga see me, he need to thank me and throw roses at my motherfucking feet.
That's right.
Cause when she spit on it like
That's a
that and she
fact.
kept, I taught her. You feel me? Finish it what she started. I taught her that. You feel me? That deep arch that you love so much, my nigga. That's me. What Drake say? Yo, what Drake say? That's me, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Do I give a fuck? Zero fucks given. But he need to thank
None.
me and trust and believe. he didn't get the best part of her. He got the more mature part of her. Take it how you want it. Somebody had to sculpt her, lay that foundation work. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
That's me, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? That girl been practicing. I said what I said.
I'm definitely gonna feel like to some extent, he might get a different version of her, but some things are intrinsic in that person. So even just like she left me, she could probably leave him. Who knows? She's not going to build herself up in the company and get raises and then leave him for somebody. And again, so it's like to me, I mean, the most thing he's really getting is my leftovers because I done did everything to her that I could do to her and did with her. So I'm not jealous of somebody kissing where my dick been. I'm not jealous of that. So every time you kissing her at her marriage, at her wedding, you're kissing her and all of that, you're kissing places where my dick was at. So I don't know if I could be jealous of that nigga or feel like, what I mean, I feel like thank you for taking it off my hands because she was probably, I mean, I didn't got the most out of it anyway. I had to do the most for her anyway. So what would be the point of I'm happy you took off my hands? Because just because you finished college does it genuinely mean that you're already going to get the ultimate career and be a fucking automatic success because you graduated. That's not guaranteed. So she might need some more help. She might need help at the job. She might need clothes to go to work. He about to have to put that up. It might be less, but like I said again, whatever he's investing in her, it might be on shaky ground because it could be lost because she's already a person who's shown that when people invest in her, that she could possibly leave for a better choice. I know personally, my first children's mother, she was working with a nigga, and the nigga she was working with, she ended up marrying him later. And I found out some stuff about what she did behind, and I had felt like, oh, she must have been cheating on me with that dude because they was working together. You know what I mean? And I wasn't so. I really didn't. I promise I didn't give a fuck, but it just made sense. It went together. And then I said, all right, cool. And then later on, I found out that she cheated on him too with somebody. You know what I mean? A bum dude, some real like dude. Me and Mega, was it?
Be careful, you
brother?
walking the fine line, throwing salt. Relax. That's
Nigga, I'm gonna
he's
throw
a
as much
nice
as I'm.
man, and we applaud her for accomplishments because we don't
No,
care. We're
I'm
not
just.
gonna sit here and disrespect that dude up here. It
I'm
sounded a
not
little
disrespecting him.
salt.
I'm not salty and I'm not disrespecting. I'm just saying that the same thing that happened to you could happen to the next partner. And I'm saying that I have evidence of that. That's what I'm saying. That I've seen that when you thinking, oh, I'm just going, you think they about to be married until she die? She about to be with him forever now? If that did happen, blessings. But it ain't no definite because she still, like I said, could just use him till she get to the next level. She seems like she like to skip shit when she get to the next level. So she, so yeah, she might do the same thing to them. So no, I'm not gonna feel like he's getting the best version of it, and I also really don't care because I'm getting the best version of the person I'm with now, and I'm happy that she's going because now I'm able to do that.
Right, bitch. You're not gonna do what I did for. He's not gonna do that. What I did for you. Those talks, that motivation. That thing. Nigga, you know the fuck. You know the fuck I am. You know the fuck you left. You know
I,
the fuck you just did.
I,
Absolutely.
I agree.
Big,
I agree with
big
you, bro.
Capricorn. I'm the January Capricorn, not fucking big Capricorn, the real one. Yeah. No.
Man, I want to tell a
We're
true
going
story.
down on the real one.
I keep talking. Respectfully,
Yeah, I
yeah,
want to
we
tell a true.
January,
I
we're a
want to
little
tell a
different.
true story.
We're a little different. Respectfully, sis. It was, cap love always, but
No,
big
we ain't built no damn different.
it's- respectfully, I'll leave it there.
Long-term couples often influence one another's education, careers, and financial habits. Even if the relationship eventually ends, relationship researchers describe this as a mutual development rather than a one-sided investment. You at home, continue the conversation in the comments section. You know that. Can every relationship honestly get your best effort? And I got another question for everybody here on the panel. Is there a relationship where you can expect to not do your best before all the relationships y'all got into before? Is there any one of those that you can expect? I'm not, you feel me? You can already know I'm not gonna be able to give my best because of who you are potentially going to be or becoming in the future.
You gotta say that
Wait,
again.
can you say that? Can you say that one more
Yeah,
time?
you gotta say that again,
Can
brother.
My bad. Can you expect any relationship where you don't do your best?
Can you expect any relationship is going to be your best? For who?
No,
Both.
that's
Yeah.
no, I don't think
You.
so. I think that
Yeah.
you
No.
you give the version of yourself, and I feel like you should limitate that. Just like Lashonda was saying earlier, you know what I mean. When you're in a relationship with somebody, you got to kind of learn that person's character. In that task, you'll tell yourself, you know what, this is not for me because I'm not going to be able to give myself. That's when you need to end it. You know what I mean? But besides that, I mean, you should be yourself in every relationship, and you should limitate how you are interfering with that person in each relationship because not everybody's coming with the best interests. And if they see that you're able to be open hearted and willing and giving at ease, you need to think about, are they willing to do the same, and what challenges are they willing to walk you through when you need that open hand and that fulfillment as well. So yes, of course, be yourself each time, but limitate how you're giving out yourself to each person because again, everybody's not here for your best interests. Alan.
I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna
If
say
if you're not if you're not if
I'm gonna say
yeah, bro, yeah, bro.
I'm gonna say yeah. Some sometimes again, it's all dependent on where the person walks in on the season of you in. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in the season of maybe rebuilding or becoming the best version of yourself, you may not can, you know what I'm saying, be all that you can be or give her everything that you may have. You only can give her what you have at that moment. So I'm going to say, yeah, sometimes, you know what I mean, but that's still also giving the best of you at that season or that moment. So it's kind of hard to say, you know what I'm saying? I can see that, but it's like a yes or no because again, if I'm down at the moment, it's just a momentarily thing. I'm going to always
I'm
be
gonna.
just me. Just speaking of
Sorry.
me personally, I'm gonna find a way. I'm always gonna get to the motherfucking top. You know what I'm saying? So if you fuck with a nigga while I'm down, best believe you're gonna get everything and more when I reach the top. So,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
just,
not
just,
really
just
looking for
yeah.
anything.
I'm gonna
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro.
you Gucci. I'm yeah. I'm gonna leave it there.
I ain't looking for nothing if I can't like give my uh, all in. I gotta take time out for myself. You feel me? So it's mm, it's it's a yeah and it's a no because I'm not gonna put you through something that I need to come out of. I don't want to do that to you. I need to fix me, get me right, and then let me see what's out there type shit. If I'm answering the question right, but I land with that.
I feel you, right? But also too, like there are also some females, right, that will fuck with you even if you're down at the moment. Then those are the
Yes,
real
yes,
bitches.
sir.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Hold on.
I got.
Right. So, right. With that being said, yeah, you may not be able to, you know what I mean, reciprocate everything that Shorty is pouring into you at that moment. But guess it's best believe, speaking on me now, when I'm up, Shorty, I got you wholeheartedly.
Yeah, yeah. I
I'm
agree
giving
with
you
you.
the fucking
I
world,
agree with
the
you.
moon, the
Yeah.
stars, the solar system. I'm bringing that shit back on the plate with a motherfucking blue bowl and say, yo, look, thank you. Thank you for rocking out with a real nigga.
I I
So
wholeheartedly, bro. I
I can
agree with you.
so I
Wholeheartedly.
understand. Then I understand you. I can and I agree with your point too. Like, yeah, why would you want to? You know what I mean? If I'm fucked up right now, you don't want to bring another situation. You know what I mean? Bring Shorty into your situation. But again, there's all those real bitches that really will motivate you and pour into you to
No,
become the better version of
they're
you. Yeah.
outside.
So
Yeah, they're
yeah,
outside.
they
They're
they
outside. They're definitely
now
outside.
you know they there, but it's not a lot of them because we you're in 2026 now. Everybody want a finished product. You know what I'm saying? That's what they pumping now. A finished product. Everybody's looking for the
Yeah,
finished product. You want to be at the finish line already, and you know what I mean. They want it vice versa. But just keeping it real, there are all those real bitches out there that really hold it down for a nigga and want to
I
see
agree
it.
with you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
just
agree
gotta
with
I
find
you.
them.
And
just
You gotta
that,
find them. They in the back.
yeah,
All the hoses in the front right now.
and it's just like
let
the
me
females will pass the nigga with the glasses on that work at McDonald's.
And
Nigga, you passed
excuse me,
up on
ladies.
something good.
I'm a cat. Excuse me. I really have. I speak blunt. I really have no filter. I'm a big cat. January
oh oh
15th.
oh
So excuse
yo,
me.
I'm about to go. I'm about to
But
go
it's all
so
respect.
filterless.
It's always. I'm always respectful. Always ladies first. You know, ladies. I'm a gentleman. But I just gonna keep it
Hey,
around it.
dirty, stop tag. You didn't tag 3 times in the nigga. You sent 3 tags, nigga, about the video. You need 1 tag, nigga. Calm down with all the tags. It's the same video, nigga. I'm sorry, you guys. I lit 3, nigga. I think I just got 4. Calm down. Okay, sorry.
Hold up.
Nah,
This is what I want to say right quick, right? And I'm pretty sure it's just me, right? It was a point in my life when I had just got out of prison and I was something like what they call a hobosexual, right? I had nowhere to go, no support, no nothing. And I was looking for a sucker. You feel me? And I made that person fall completely in love with me, knowing that I wasn't going to stay with her or build anything with her. I'm saying this is probably me, just me. Yeah, I mean, as a 39-year-old man. Yeah, I mean, this is just me, probably. I'm probably the only man on here who has done this before. You understand what I'm saying? She's a sucker. She let me stay at her crib, all of that. The whole time I was there, I was looking for somebody else to be involved with. You understand what I'm saying? So when you ask me,
agenda.
has there
You got
been
an
points
agenda.
in my life? Exactly. When you ask me, has there been points in my life where I have not given my all or refused to give my all due to the circumstances? Those were the circumstances. I had just got out. I couldn't be picky or choosy over where I was going to stay at. And then I had people who I knew had a crush on me before I went into Bing. So those were the people that I would use in order to get back on my feet. Am I then giving that person the best of me? I'm sorry. Hell to the no. Shorty, I'm dipping. And even when she tried to have conversations like we were in a relationship, I ignored them because you're speaking to the wrong one. I swear, give me 90 days and I'm out. You understand what I'm telling you? But that's just me, and I land with that.
No, I'm glad you said that because honestly, you and I probably rephrased the question wrong. Where probably y'all probably misunderstood it. My fault. I was gonna ask Dirt to phrase it because he good at segueing and rephrasing these stories. But
What? Everybody
no,
got it
not
wrong.
wrong. Your question, your answer is your answer. Y'all didn't get it wrong. It's just probably how I rephrased it. I probably said it so y'all misunderstood it. But however, a younger you projecting all the relationships that you've had, there is no possible way that you was able to give the best you in every version. Yeah, you are going to. Yes, you wanted to. You wanted to be that nigga in every relationship. But there's
No,
no
that's a lie.
possible way that you can give the best version of you. Is what I'm saying.
You
To
not, but you grow off of every relationship.
No,
So you
You
want to
should
become
grow.
better.
reason why.
Yeah,
You
Reason
should.
why
you want to
you don't
become
give.
better.
You should grow.
That's why you can expect that every
yeah,
relationship you're not going to be or give your best
right,
because you're still learning.
yeah,
So you agreed to what I just said, basically.
yeah, yeah. Can I answer that?
Go ahead,
Yeah,
LaShawn.
I want to piggyback on what you just said. I agree. I was not my best self. You guys sound really good because I know I took baggage into my relationships. I, got hurt and then I was like, oh, I'm blocking my heart. I'm not trusting you. I'm not going all in. I had a lot of different parameters. I did not heal that quickly. I did not stay out of relationships when I wasn't healed. I didn't do all of that healthy stuff. I did not learn at every relationship all the time. It was almost like I was hard headed. So I repeated a lot of patterns when I was younger and got into sort of the same types of relationships over and over again. So I can't say that I gave my best self because I know. I'm sorry, who spoke before me? I can't see your name. I have my glasses on. The guy that
And
just spoke
80.
about jail.
Sig.
Sig.
Oh,
So
Sig.
yeah, so like I can totally understand that, totally relate to that because I did, when I was at my worst self and I felt like I wasn't lovable, I wasn't good enough, I would prey on people who had crushes on me. And I would go hang out on them so they could feed my ego, so they could make me feel better and, make me feel like I was worthy and all of that stuff. So yeah, I totally get it. I've been there, I've done that, and people who've dated me in the past, who some of them I'm friends with now, will tell you, no, Lashonda was not her best self. I did not get that version of her. Because I went back later on and was like, yo, I'm sorry. That was not, that wasn't cool. That wasn't right. But that was the best I could do at the moment because I was so needy, because there were so many wounds that I hadn't healed, that I hadn't acknowledged or didn't even know were there. That was the other thing. There was a whole bunch of stuff and baggage that I was carrying that I didn't even know I was there. I was not wise when I was younger. I call my 20s stuck on stupid. So, real talk, that's just where I was. That's how I lived. So, yeah, I definitely now is the best version of me. So, if you're in my life now, you can see the best version of me. Back then, I am so sorry. There are people who've died who I wish who were here today that I could really say, I am so sorry because I owe you a big ass apology. I'll land with that.
Let me
Respectfully, respectfully.
Yeah, but
when I
can't
let
we
me
all
let me
can't
say
we all say that?
no,
That's
no,
what the
no,
question.
My bad,
That's what the
bro.
question I
You
want
no,
know
you
what
to
I'm
say.
saying?
I didn't want you to
no, we
front and get
can't.
on here like you a
No,
perfect person in every
no,
relationship.
yeah, no. Yeah. I'm a motherfucking keep it real. Like, let me keep it real. Yeah, I was every fucking relationship I've been in, I put my best foot forward until we just keeping it real. When I was like, when I first got cheated on, when a nigga fucked my bitch, right? So after that, I started fucking niggas bitches, and that's what I was on, and I did that on purpose. Oh,
Very fun time in
like
life.
yeah, when I was just teens, this teenage, this teens and shit. Yeah, so that was my that was the goal. Oh, word, all right, so let's go. So it wasn't like I'm jumping in the next relationship with a female and telling them sweet nothings. Nah, this is what it is. And then I wasn't even going for single chicks. I was going for niggas who got girls, because that's what I was doing. So that's like, it was fucking game on. So I guess that would be the bad version of me. But every relationship that I said, hey, let's do this, they got the best version of me. I just wanted to
That
put that.
and there's new
If you're
there's not certain hold on 1 second. There's certain boundaries that you don't even know about yourself that you don't set for yourself until you feel me? You get out of a relationship or certain limits that you know that you won't go. It's not that you know everything. I'm not saying you feel me that we weren't good or bad, but it's for the it's really for a younger person so they know what not what to expect but know that they can make some failure. You feel me? You made every relationship is not meant is a lifelong relationship. Some are lessons and some are blessings, basically. You feel me? Second scenario.
It's a
Y'all all
it's
right?
a version out there of me. It's a version of there out me right now, somewhere in Charlotte that says, "Don't date him because he'll fuck all of your friends." I don't think that's the best version of myself. Respectfully, I live with that.
Respect. Any questions, comments for each other? Going down right here. Next
I
scenario.
think that anybody I
Yeah.
think that I think that because people are constantly changing, it's an obvious thing that hopefully later on you're going to be giving people better versions, but that might have been your best version at the time of yourself, or it might have not been. But I just think that because life is a thing of constant improvement, or maybe not, even if you're not improving in general, you're giving what might seem right at that time. You know what I mean? There was people I dated when I sold drugs, and because I sold drugs and I had a certain amount of monies at those times, because of the things I was able to do at that time based on that money, I would have thought I was giving them the best version of myself. In my mind, I don't think that selling drugs is why you in any time is a successful venture to be involved in. I think there's always going to be, even if you are having some success, I don't think it's successful. When I think of the word of successful, I think of fullness of success, and I don't think that's full of success. I think there's going to be some downfalls. So I think that, yeah, it can be a thing where in your mind you might feel like I'm giving this person the best version, but I think that in hindsight you'll realize I wasn't. But I don't think it's always on purpose. I just think that it's just your overstanding of life and what's right and wrong at that time. And I'll land with that.
Respectfully. Anybody else? Comments? Questions for each other? Statements?
I want to thank Dirt for breaking that down for us. I didn't know successful be bit full of success. Thank you for just breaking it.
I'm happy to help you.
Thank you, Dirt, with the
There's a lot of things, TJ's, I mean, Siggy is my little cousin, and I have broke a lot of things down for him. So I'm happy to continuously be able to break shit down for him. You know what I mean? That's, so bless.
appreciate you breaking things down the way you do, and I want to appreciate everybody's honesty on the panel today, man. Thank you. Second scenario: the changed woman. A woman admits she was immature, selfish, and emotionally unavailable during her marriage. After the divorce, she went to therapy, healed, and became a much better partner in her next relationship. Mute up if you're not talking king. Her ex-husband says, "Why couldn't I get that version of you?" First question is it painful knowing another man benefits? Oh no, that's almost like the second question. I mean the first question. My bad, y'all.
It sounds definitely like that.
Definitely repeating my bad. Hold on. Hold on.
And I got to go. My shit is dead.
Oh, it's going down. All right. A husband worked two jobs. All right, the burnout. A husband worked two jobs, paid every bill, planned every vacation, and tried to make everyone happy. The marriage still ended. In his next relationship, he says he's no longer going above and beyond. That sounds boxy. First question
It sound
is
like this.
protecting your peace maturity, or are you punishing a new partner for someone else's mistakes?
See. Once again, you salty because you're bringing for men, for us men, you're bringing something that is over into the new. We don't do that. We pay we pay attention and we evolve. You feel me? Like that's what I said. That evolve. Learn your partner and evolve. Soon as you do that shit, they're gonna say, I ain't your last girlfriend. Got nothing to do with that. Why are you putting me into this shit? I don't have nothing to do with that type shit. So no, man, no, we're not doing that. I land. Yo, to the panel, I love y'all, man. I gotta go. My phone is fucking up, bro. Everybody have a great night. Enjoy the rest of the
Salute,
podcast.
brother.
I'm sorry.
Salute. All right.
I land. Fuck.
And let me repeat the question.
Yeah.
Is protecting your peace maturity, or are you punishing a new partner?
What's the scenario? Say it again.
Um,
Say the scenario again. Sorry.
I got you. Hold on.
Before I
Burnout.
answer.
A husband worked 2 jobs, paid every bill, planned every vacation, and tried to make everyone happy. The marriage still
Okay.
ended. In his next relationship, he says he's no longer going above and beyond. First question is protecting your peace maturity, or are you punishing a new partner for someone else's mistake?
Well, that's two different scenarios. Because you
What's
know what
the
I'm saying?
question?
The paying every bill, that's what all females are talking about right now. That's what they want done now. They want all their bills paid. They want, you know what I'm saying? So that scenario is wild, okay. But let me stick to the question. The question is, yeah, you are punishing the next person, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Again, we just got for this saying every female is different, every scenario is different. Just because that happened to the last one, that means it's gonna happen this one. So that means you personally, as that man, either you need to heal and come back stronger, or just sit on the bench again. Sit on the bench until you're ready to get back in the game. But protecting your peace is always, you always protect your peace. Peace is priceless. That's something I learned now.
So how do you protect your peace without instilling boundaries?
No, boundaries is going to get your peace protected.
Yeah. With
Now you have to set boundaries so your peace can be protected. It sounds like he didn't have no boundaries before. That's why this shit fucked up. Now if you come in there, directly putting boundaries down when you first acknowledge or first enter, then it should be everything should be smooth sailings. But and if it's not, you can, all right, this is not for me. On to the next one.
setting boundaries is not the alleviation of sacrifice. Setting boundaries is pretty much letting people know exactly how you expect to be treated and what you will and won't go for.
Correct.
So just cutting it off and saying, you know what, I'm dead on that shit. All of that paying for trips and all of that stuff like that, and paying all the bills, I'm good on that. That's I don't think that's like the form of setting a boundary. Setting a boundary would be like, yo, I'm gonna be me throughout this whole relationship. The man that I am, I like taking trips, I pay bills, this, that, and the third. What do you have to offer? Because that's what I'm expecting from you. And 100% and 100% of this relationship. I'm gonna give you 100% of me, and I'm gonna need 100% of you. The moment that you start slacking within your relationship, we'll converse about it. And the moment that it turns from a conversation to an argument, then at that point in time, we'll need to start finding other means or separation or whatever the case may be. That in that, and that is how you set a boundary, by having a conversation, not going into a new relationship with old wounds, leaking the remnants
Right.
of it onto your new relationship. It
Right.
has to be a conversation had. That's how you set the boundaries. That's how you let these people know exactly who you are and what you expect from them and what you are going to do regardless. If you cannot handle all of me and reciprocate the energy that I give out in your own way, then at that point in time, we'll need to either separate or work harder. But once we have work harder and there's still no change in it, then it's time for a separation. And setting a boundary is not going back on your word, it's standing firm on anything that you say or project onto your relationship. That's how you set a boundary. A lot of times, we'll set a boundary and then we'll go back on it because of the person that we are in the relationship with, whether it be because of a trauma bond or because of the extent of the relationship, and then our boundaries will get broken, and then we'll end up making the same mistakes that we did in the previous relationship, and then blame the person for us falling back or being too weak inside of our boundaries. And I'll land with that.
So shit.
That's right.
Genuinely, I feel like a lot of people, both men and women, see a failed relationship as a failure. I think that one thing I've learned throughout life is things that I might think is a loss could actually be a win.
That's big facts.
And I think that when you look at it like that, I think that you start to appreciate the person for like leaving. Because I remember I was with a girl and the thing was going a certain way, and after that I had experience with some other females after the breakup, and that's why I think, like, so yeah, at one point I did care a lot more about a person after we broke up. You know what I mean? I did. And then what happened was, after a breakup, I had such a good time, and I realized I would have never had that good time if I didn't have that breakup. That would have never happened. And that made me look at now current breakups going, oh shit, a good time's coming. You know what I mean? All right, it's gonna be good things coming now, because that happened to me then. At that point when I did care differently and was salty and felt a certain way and felt emotional about it. Later on, I felt dumb about those emotions, because I was like, if that never happened, I would never be doing what I'm doing right now. I would never be having this experience. So I think that yeah, boundaries is not an unhealthy thing, but if you're allowing a relationship that didn't work out to affect your new relationship in any way, you're not just, it seems like you're shorting the person, but you're shorting yourself, because that new person you're with isn't essentially going to be getting the best version of you. Like, and you gave that to that other person. So it's like, for me, like, I hear a lot of women say, if the man's not some type of way, I can't be submissive. They have to be the right way for me to be submissive. But I bet they were submissive for a relationship that failed. So he was the right way, but it failed. So he was the right dude that you should be submissive for. He was the right one. He's the right one you should be submissive for, but it failed. But now you meet this new dude and you feel like he's not. And I'm not saying you have, I'm just giving an example of how you'll do these things for something that didn't work. And now you say, oh, now I need to do it. Nah. It's the same like when you meet a girl and they're like, oh, I can't sleep with you the first day. Oh, so you've never had a one-night stand? You had a one-night stand with the wrong people before. Now I might be the right person and I can't get the one night.
Now you gotta wait 6 months.
I gotta wait 6 months. And then if I don't stay around to wait the 6 months, that was my fault. I wasn't the good guy anyway. But you didn't give me the same thing you gave this person who wasn't the good guy. I might not be a one-night stand. We might be together forever after this. But you're putting all these new things on me because of something that didn't work. It did instead of, I think that when something doesn't work, it was because it wasn't supposed to work. It wasn't supposed to be the thing. So yeah, I might have took on vacations. I might have did all this stuff and got an oil changed and did all this shit that I did for her and it didn't work out. Bless. I'm not going to stop going on vacations now because I'm not with her. And I'm with her, the new girl now. Now I can't go on vacations until she get her check. I'm waiting. And wonder if she got enough for the vacation. I'm gonna keep going on vacations. I'm gonna keep doing that, and the new girl I'm with can come on the vacations too, and we can have just as much fun as I had with the other person, because that's what life's about. Is about moving on. I forgot who said it, but some people are in your life for seasons, and some people are in your life for life. And you can't be holding on to the ones that was just there for the moment and allowing them to keep winning in your life. If you already feel like you lost to them, how long are you going to let them win? Imagine if a team beat a team in the championship and every time they played them because they lost, they lose again. They just keep losing. Or they never willing to play that team again, or they quit the league. They quit the whole. Nah, you lose and you play again and you might can win. You can get the championship. And that's what I just think that people don't think about when it comes to relationships, because they're so scared of the pain they may or may not feel. The way to make sure you don't feel pain again is learn from your past. That's why I don't look at breakups the way I looked at them at one point in my life, because of that night when I had all of that fun. I remember laying in the bed after all of that fun had happened after a breakup, and I was looking around the room and just like really like soaking it in. And I was like, damn, if I would have stayed with that bitch, I would have never had this.
Fendi.
I was like, I would have never had this go down. So
big facts.
So once that happened there, after that, my whole idea of a breakup or things not working out, it morphed. It changed. Because I thought about every girl I broke up before that, not just the last girl. I thought about every breakup I had ever felt sad about, and realized that, damn, if I would have never done this. Nothing good I have going on is happening because everything I have that's good going on is because I'm not with that person no more, or not with those people. It's like I was telling somebody, I used to work in recovery, and I remember somebody went to go get a job, and the job refused them, and they were so sad about that. I'm like, yo, you're gonna probably get a better job. We don't know how to accept things that we see as failure, because we make everything so it's either black or white, it's this or that. No, it's grays, it's middle grounds in life that you need to really. It could be, yeah, and you learn more from what you see as a loss than you do a win.
That's the only time you learn.
So like when you sit there and you go, damn, this person and me didn't work out. The one thing I realized that most people don't do is play a part in it. Take any accountability. Most people need to be on fucking SVU, because they gonna get the audition, because they know how to play the victim. They might get the fucking the Emmy, because they gonna get that. That's what you get for being on TV, because they such a good person at playing the victim. It's like, why did that happen? Oh, out, nigga. I don't want to keep going too long, but I want to say this right here. Just watch that Tigger video, right? Yeah. His girl got his phone. He's trying to get his phone from her, and her son or daughter or somebody's there screaming at him, video recording him, and he's saying, hey, I need my phone. He's trying to get his phone. And she's holding it and crying. Oh my God, get off of me, get off of me.
She got it in her shirt.
She put it in, yeah. And the other person gonna tell him, just go buy a new cell phone. Who the fuck do you like? Nigga, he ain't been on BT in years. The basement been closed. That nigga ain't got money to buy a new cell phone. That shit is not, you know how much a cell phone costs? Like, and even if you got insurance on the phone, unless you report it stolen and get a police report, you can't get a new one. So he got to just be out of a phone because she took it. And I bet, and the reason I bring that up is because I bet when she tells that story, she's saying, if she was to tell somebody else about that, she's going to say, yeah, my last guy was an abusive guy. He beat me up and threw me on the floor. And he's not even trying to abuse her. He walked in the room trying to get his phone smiling. He has no abuse there. So it's like, that's the thing you really need to think about. Besides all the things that person left me, or this, or that person cheated on me, or da-da-da, really see what part you played in it happening. What could I have done differently? Not just for that person, but as a person in general. What could I be doing differently?
Let's say it together, everyone. Accountability.
Accountability.
And you know, I'm passionate, so I'm gonna land with that.
Now you cooking, boy.
I they have something that I forgot, as you so eloquently put it. Yeah, you and Sig eloquently put it. However, would you agree that true wisdom is learning not to overextend yourself in unhealthy ways?
I think that LaShonda talked about that. When you do right, you do right for doing right. You don't do it. It's like, imagine if every bum I ever gave change to, I expected them to pay my rent one day. Or I'm expecting like they gonna give me change back at the store. I'm at the store and nigga like, yo, you short 25 cents. I'm like, hold on, wait. I just seen the bum out there. I know I gave him 25 cents the other day. Nah, you doing good for the point of doing good. And it seems like people don't find value in that. They don't see the value, and that does make you a good person, whether the other person does it or not. No matter how it turns out with that person or how that person turns out, I did good. I did what was right. That's a point. That's a point for me as who I am. That's a point to my parents for how they raised me.
Correct.
That's a point to the, you know, those are things that are put down, whether you want to give me a point or not. I don't need you to make, when you make your post, I don't need you to thank me. Because I know who the fuck I am. And the people that's really around me know who I am. And they're willing to thank me. It's funny because, you know, there's a lot of people who I might have wanted to give me some praise for getting in recovery or doing the recovery thing or give me my props from that. And a lot of people that I wanted to gave it to me later. But there's other people I didn't even think about wanting who tell me like, yo, man, you a motivation. You know, I like to see the changes. I like to see that thing that's going on. And they might even say it more regularly than the people I might have hoped would have said it on a regular basis. So it's like you got to know that when you there's people watching.
Big fact.
Just like the thing where we talk, not to keep bringing that scenario up, but the one where you pay for a college. There are people that seen you pay for a college. Her mother know who the fuck paid for her college. Her mother might even like that Facebook post that she made thanking the new nigga. But her mother, you know, she might have clicked the like button. Because she, you know, she being supportive of her daughter. But she know who paid for her college. And that's the same thing in a relationship. If I took this girl on vacations, yada, yada, the sister, the cousin, the children we got, they know who the fuck was paying for the vacations. I might not need her to acknowledge me about who paid for the vacations. Those people know who I am. She can't go out and say, oh, all he ever did was take me, because she might try that. Yeah, he took me on vacations, but he used to go play golf. I don't even play golf. I'm just making an example. People always go, no matter, and that's the thing, no matter how much good you have, the person you with may have a complaint. And that complaint might not mean nothing to you, but it means something to them. And you have to, that's part of the accountability part I was talking about before. Because if you could say that complaint has some truth in it, if every time I went on vacation, I found this, I purposely went to places where I played golf at and made sure I found a place to play golf, and that was bothering her, I might not give a fuck. But when we do break up 10 years later or whatever after all these vacations, and I can't sit there and I don't even need to be bringing up the fucking vacations of why she should have stayed with me. Because that's really, I was not giving her all my attention on the vacations. I was worrying about shooting a hole in one or whatever. I'm trying to be Tiger Woods. So I think that's the thing. We think about all the good we do, but we don't listen to the bad that somebody's bringing to us and say that means anything, because we assume our good outweighs the bad. But that, again, we don't learn from that. We can learn from those things, those shortcomings that people are pointing out, to maybe be a greater person for that relationship that I'm actually in. And I'll land with that.
No, respectfully, I want to highlight something because you said things that, and that's why I asked the question in the beginning. What are thoughts and comments or words that come to mind when you hear the word self? And as you was highlighting, we can see yourself is an expression through your family, your friends, and your relationship. Who you individually become is really through an expression of the relationships you've had with through your family, as learning certain, mechanisms and certain things from your family, how you interact with your friends, and how you partner up with, significant other. And to go back, the initial statement I made was, the ask if you brothers agree was, does true wisdom is true wisdom learned from not overextending yourself? And you said Lashana touched on that. I was saying that to not rebuttal, but veggie back off of what Sig said when he was saying instilling boundaries and stuff like that. Next question is, did everybody jump out on that? Everybody land on that? Is protecting your peace maturity, or are you punishing a new partner for someone else's mistake? Going once, going twice. Home run. Next question is, if a man's best self disappears after heartbreak, is that emotional growth or emotional damage?
That nigga hurt. Nigga, you hurt. Let's keep it real. Nigga, you
Facts. That's
like
emotional damage.
like nigga.
Emotional damage.
Again, that goes back to go sit down, get your shit together, and then come back
Yep.
stronger in the game, bro. Get your head right, you come back in the game. Now it should never be that. It should never come to that. Again, every relationship you in should get the best version of you. You shouldn't have to give the next person 50% of you because the last relationship, quote unquote, got my quotations out. You can't see me, like Cuz said, failed. You know what I'm saying? And now, you're not willing to do the things that you did for the last one to this one. It should never come to that.
I have a question. It might be off topic, but Coop, you had mentioned before about the women out there, the girls out there today expect that you already have your life put together and they expect you to pay for everything. Do you feel like that's coming from the fact of they're hurt or they're wounded or they're just immature? They don't know. Like, why do you think that they're expecting you already to be built up and you be able to pay for everything?
Well, thank you for asking that. I will be gladly to answer. Okay. Honestly, I can't speak for women because I'm not a woman, honestly. But I'm just going to gather from what I see and my perspective and the narrative that's pushed. I think that's the narrative that's pushed now. Through music, through these well, again, it could be bitter, it could be hurt women, you know. Usually the older women supposed to be teaching the younger women, like, I'm saying, the right way of doing things. Again, I'm not a woman, so I don't want to overstep my boundaries on that perspective. But I can I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah, and it is again from probably this question. I don't know why that is per se, but again, ever since I seen, it started was when Carly B came into the game. Female rappers are like that. So that narrative is kind of pushed now onto the younger generation. So now every female kind of feel like that's the goal now, because it wasn't like that at one point in time. Again, like I said before, there was some down ass females that would fuck with you when you were down and help you, what I'm saying, put that motivation in you, put life into you, even put funds into you for you to become who you is now, or a better version of you now. But now it seems like, again, that's the narrative now. Everybody just wants a finished product now. No one is willing to build with you. You have to come to the table with the table for as a man. So that's where I made that statement and come from.
Okay. No, that okay, that helps. That makes sense. I have daughters who are younger. So
Me
first of
too.
all, I don't want them. First of all, if that's their role model, I feel like somewhere in parenting I messed up. So let me be clear. If you following
Respectfully,
her,
that's right.
some I didn't teach you was something you weren't listening to.
That's right.
Um, because I do believe that if you're building something, that's a we thing
Right.
that we're building together. Because if I expect a finished product, then what the hell are you bringing to the table? Because you got to be hell of a, and it can't be
Exactly.
between your legs. Because probably if that's what you think it is, you don't even really know that power yet. Because you coming from a very superficial place from them songs, you don't even know sex magic and power and all that other stuff. We ain't even gonna get into it because you don't even know what it is.
Hmm.
So you don't even get it yet. You real surface and basic. So I do feel like if they're listening to that, then that is a not a good influence. And I also feel like younger people, females may not be listening to older females,
Facts.
and that may be part of the problem.
No, I think yes, yes,
That might be another
yes,
episode.
yes and no. Yes and no. You
Okay.
know, if they I really hope they listen to females like because sometimes it feels like they listening to, again, it could be the hurt and damaged females that push that narrative. You know what I'm saying? Where you supposed to be the auntie and give them the game for real. Like, nah, this is like you just was just kicking. Nah, you supposed to build with that guy. You supposed to, come together, and like they're those females are being silenced, and the other females, the little hoes and the prostitute one thinking bitches, those are the ones that's in the front yelling out loud. So you can't really hear the real females because these other hoes and shit. Excuse me, ladies. Pardon my French. That they up front screaming loudly. And then like you, I have two daughters. So, it's really kind of hard to, I'm trying to give them the game. But it's really hard when you got these damaged, hurt females in the front pushing this narrative. That's
Yeah.
why yeah.
No, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And I do think that we have to speak louder. And like that can't be the voice. That can't be the only voice of black females. Like that that would break my heart. Because that's not how it is. And that's not, yeah, that's just way off left base. And that's so media driven and so money driven and not heart driven.
Correct.
All of that kind of stuff. And Yeah, there's got to be a better way to kind of make that connection and sort of bridge that gap and build that generational village of women who are talking, because yeah, there are a lot of wounded women that are my age and that are older. I grew up with a bunch of them. You know, there are a lot of women in my family who aren't even married.
Mhm.
um, and because they're hurt and they have all these horrible things to say about men. But I will tell you, every person in my life, male, female, especially my men, let me say that, especially the men in my life, my boys, all of them. If you in my life, I'm gonna make it better,
That's
hands
right.
down, full fact. Whether we not in a relationship or not, you gonna be whatever I got, you got. We gonna share. I'm gonna make sure you're better because I want everybody around me to be building up. I don't come with these expectations. Or you got to do this. There are certain basic things I do, but not that I'm taking from you. Because if anything, I'm pouring into you. Because that's what it should be about. If you're in a relationship, you need to be pouring in, and I don't pour in with an expectation of a return.
That's perfect. And that's how it's supposed to go. And then, like you said in the beginning, when you said self, I don't know who specifically said it. I think it was you. You said give and take. It's definitely a give and take. That's what a relationship is. Give and take.
Hmm.
Reciprocate.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for highlighting that and allowing me to express that a
Yeah.
little bit more.
What happened to the men taking accountability? I mean, when you're starting a relationship, you're telling to the next woman that you're able to carry her, you're able to provide, you're able to do. So now I feel like in our society, the men feel like they don't need to do anything. They don't need to provide, they don't need to protect, they don't need to do anything. That's what the shift came in, because if we're talking about relationships, let's go back to the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s. The man goes out and he provides, right? As the woman sit home with no money, right? And what is her job, right? That's her way of providing, right? So now that we're in a society where, yeah, we both can work, but as a man, how are you able to carry yourself in this relationship as the a king? That's what y'all want to be called, right? A king. How are you carrying yourself in this relationship as a king if you can't even think go or please, right? I got to teach you that, right? So as
No.
I'm
Okay, sorry.
how
Go ahead.
finish, right? Because y'all had 10, 20 minutes. So I'm trying to figure out,
Yeah, do
when
your
do you
thing. Go
take
ahead.
a man and start to build yourself, find ways to build yourself, find other men to build yourself? When do you start yourself? When does that start? Because as a woman, I follow. I've never heard anything else, no race, no religion, nothing in the world that says a man follows a woman. Can anybody tell me where you find that at? Because for some reason in our world, it feels like if a
I
woman
can
doesn't,
I can
if a
okay.
woman can't help, then a man can't go. And that's not how the world was supposed to be. As a man, you are on top, right? The Lord and then yourself. In any religion, any lifestyle, that's how you guys want to be taught, how you want to be. So it's nothing wrong as me as a woman being a nurturer. That's my job, is to help along as you do for you. Self character as a man. It's not enough men saying, you know what, I'm broke right now. I don't need to be in a relationship. Right now, my heart is messed up. I would dog every female. I don't need to be in a relationship right now. Where is the self-respect for yourself as a man? Stop blaming the women for everything. And let's be clear here. Just because a woman asks you, if you going in a relationship with a person, are you dating a person, and the woman looks for you to pay, and you believe that the payment of the choice is too high, or maybe you don't have it all together, then you need to stop dating. You need to stop getting in relationships. Be able to take care of yourself first and another person. See, when I grew up, my granddaddy told me a man in your life is supposed to be able to take care of himself and one and another person. If he want to be in a relationship with you, that's how he has to live his life, because when he takes you in, right? And when he takes you in, he got to be able to take care of you and him and you and himself. It doesn't matter if you have a job. It doesn't matter if you have an education. It doesn't. That's the fact of life when it comes to a man and a woman. He's supposed to be the builder. I give you tools. There's nothing wrong with that. But when do you start to build? It's not enough builders in man anymore. Their hands are soft. They're painting their nails. They got tight t-shirts on. Their pants is tight enough to see their balls and assholes. There's not enough men. We want men. The women is screaming, we want men. And the only way we could do that Society has turned it into a sexual abnormality. Of course, something has to give, because now you think that because you tell me I'm pretty, I should open my legs to you. And if I don't, then I'm a prostitute. Dirt, remember? Because I'm a prostitute. Because I don't want to open my legs because you told me I'm beautiful. It doesn't make sense anymore. I'm not saying you said it to me. I'm saying in general in life. Trust me, fuck that. I don't want your ass dirt. Anyway, what I'm saying is, Reese, that's not what I meant. Okay. What I'm saying is the analogy of thought. Like, you think because you took me out on this date, now my legs should open. Here, you can have your $40 back. It's not that serious. The point is to learn the person's character. And you supposed to already be building yourself before you going into a relationship. Now, if you want some pussy, just say that. But don't be mad if the person asks you for a payment, because pussy is not for free, right? My mama told me this is a secret between my legs. Now, if your mama didn't teach you that, then that's your problem. You're not going to tell me I'm beautiful and think you're getting pussy. It's not happening. I've been told I was pretty until I can remember to hear my ears. Okay? So it doesn't work like that in society. We're making it as if the woman is a prostitute if she's asking you to provide or give or try to show something in advance of what you want. Now she's a prostitute. I don't want to have sex with you. I want to get to know your character. How we do that? By going together, by doing things, by adventuring different things around us in the world and different societies. Why? Because that's how you get to see how this person reacts, how this person treats, how this person gives. You know, I didn't know a person's anger until I was in a car with them and this person cut him off. Now he's cussing him out. He's chasing them. Now he's getting beside himself. Do you think I went on a date with this man again? Hell no. Because I know driving a car, this is going to happen every second of the day. There's retards behind every car. So if I'm getting mad at everybody, you're putting me in danger, anybody around us in danger, and you don't know what the next person can do. So that means you have an anger issue you need to figure out. So the idea of getting to know somebody, of course, in your relationship is going to take time. It's going to take money. And if you don't have the time or the money, then go sit in the corner, little nigga. Get your shit together and get your money together. Because as a man wanting to be called a king or above somebody's acknowledgement, you need to have your own and whatever that looks for you. And if the first person you with don't think that's enough, then find a better one. I land.
All right, can I answer that? Let me answer that, cuz now let me answer that real fast. I've been I've been waiting because Sonny, you was kind of all over the place. You said several different things at once. I see you've been waiting to get that out. Just keeping it respectfully. You said so let's unpack that. Let's unpack all that. But it's got to be in different segments because you said several different things. So and I'm trying to. I wanted to interject on several times, but I wanted you to land your plan. I didn't want to be disrespectful. So first off, if we talking about accountability has is for everybody, man and female. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about. So if right there, now we're not gonna sit here and not talk about there ain't shit niggas, because ain't no shit niggas. So we're gonna acknowledge that part. Yeah, niggas, some niggas ain't shit. Some niggas ain't shit, Sonny. And I can agree with you and say that. But there are some good niggas out there, Sonny. And we can't not. We're gonna acknowledge that as well, though. Hold on.
Never so.
Right.
I said that.
You said several things. You said several things, though. And the way you would come in was like you just talking to, like, again, it's like I'm trying to unpack it because you was all over the place, honestly. But with that being said, we're just gonna talk about the guys. Like, again, I can acknowledge and take accountability and keep it real by saying, yes, there are some ain't shit niggas. And those are the niggas that usually get the girls that's about shit. And then they kind of hurt them. And then that's when you get this version of them, the ones that we talking about now. What me and LaShonda just got finished talking about. You get that version of them because they fuck with a ain't shit nigga, and now they on a different type of time now because they hurt. So what that means is they need to go sit down and relax. And this is what the whole segment is about too. Like, again, you said so much, I want to dive in, but I just keep it right there for a second, right? Because that's what the segment is about. If you feel like you can't give the next person all of you, the 100% of you, then you need to just go sit down and heal so you can give the next person all of you. Because that's what it, you know what I'm saying? It just sounds like you hurt. And I don't want to put that on you. I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know your situation. I don't know. But that's what it sounds like you're coming from. It coming from like you dealt with a ain't shit nigga. And now you like, you on a different type of time now. Like where all y'all niggas ain't shit. Y'all niggas need to pay me now. You got to pay me for my time now. And I don't think every guy kind of deserve. Oh, you going in and out. My fault. My fault. Go ahead. I'm sorry, because you're going in and out. I can't hear you. And I don't want to overtalk you. I want to make sure I'm giving you the accurate answer.
You taking my answer as if I'm saying this is about an ain't shit nigga. I never said nothing about a nigga, period. What I stated is as a man, when do you take accountability for yourself? When do you better you? When do you bring your character to a max? I didn't say nothing about an ain't shit nigga. I didn't say nothing
But
like that.
That's what you're describing by saying that. You said you like to be called king and all this extra stuff. That's what you kind of that's the scenario that you're bringing up. And those are the type. And I'm here to tell. I'm going to be again. I'm going to keep the motherfucker real.
The definition of a
okay.
Is there a definition for that?
Of what?
Of a king. And is it wrong for me to ask you to be
subjective? Everybody has a different point of again, we had that talk already. Everybody, if you want to go by the Webster dictionary, or you want to go by people's perspective, personal perspective, everybody have a different perspective on what a king is, what a king does, and who, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So that right there is subjective to the person. So the person's point of view of what a king is, or the definition of king. Because there are some guys that do pay. There are guys that lead. There are guys that what you guys finished saying, they do that. And then you get the guys also too that ain't shit, that just want to fuck you, that just call you pretty so they can fuck you. You got those guys too. So we're not gonna dismiss like they don't exist. They do exist. But then that boils down to you though, as a person. Like you gotta be able to see that. You gotta be able to deal with that, and before anything goes on, you be like, you know what? This nigga ain't for me. So you can't blame the guy. You gotta take accountability for yourself. Like, yo, you know what? This is not going how I wanted to go. This person is not giving me what I want to give. I'm out of here before you even get down that road. I would say.
Respectfully, and that's what I said. You can ask for the money or you can let go. And you can't get mad at how the person reacts to you. I just said that. If the female feel like that's all you there for, she asks you for money, don't get mad. That's all I said. Why call her a prostitute just because all you want is sex? I don't understand
behavior.
But
I don't get it.
That's prostitute behavior.
That's what he's saying. And that is, that's non-kingly behavior too. You feel me? Because the king ain't gonna do that. However, I think what y'all explaining, or y'all could disagree if y'all disagree with me. However, is accountability reciprocity. What I mean by saying that, you have to recognize the role that you play in it.
You should always recognize the role you play. Because that's full accountability, and that's self-awareness. Now, if you can blame the other person, you just being a victim. Now you're just a victim. The same shit with that cousin just got finished saying with Tigger. Oh, she took the phone. Oh, he's trying to get it back. Oh, he beat me up. He slammed me. He's all over. You got my phone. You have my property. Give me my phone, and none of this stuff will happen. There's no victim after that. cause and effect in that situation.
And to answer Sonny's question, you said, when does a man take accountability? I would say risk and reward. Once he realizes the risk or the reward of his situation, that's when accountability to him or a man would recognize what he's dealing with. You feel me? And
A real man.
yeah,
Again, let me speaking for the real men, because there are bullshit ass niggas. Yeah.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, guys, you can. You sure?
I had made a post on Facebook, and it was really a copy and paste. I do all the time for engagement.
And I seen it. Yeah, it was a copy and paste.
You can, yeah, I literally did, but I do like engagement. So I just want to read what the post said. It said, if a nigga gotta buy you something or pay your bills to fuck with you, then you a prostitute, right? So let me just say this. If a nigga think that he took you out to eat, or he did pay your bills, or he did something like that, and he got a fuck, then he a trick. That's the reality. But that's that I think that's the problem with men and women, or we expect these behaviors from each other. We expect trick behavior from a regular dude. Every dude ain't a trick. And same vice versa. We expect whole prostitute or whore behavior from a regular girl who not that. So it's like I might have could have added to that to go, if you got to pay for pussy, you a trick. But I think that's kind of obviously, you know what I mean? But I didn't even think about it. I'm getting paid from Facebook, so I'm trying to get as much engagement on posts as possible. You know what I mean? However, the thing is, for me personally, one thing I want to touch on that Sonny said while I am still talking my project is the 1950s and 1960s. Those women who were receiving that type of courting had lived a certain type of lifestyle.
Correct.
It is harder for somebody to come into a person's life and they already have kids and they already have this and they already have that, and you going, oh nah, I'm celibate now. What? And like, what? You already got 2 baby fathers. And I'm not to say anything wrong with my mother, God rest her soul. She had 2 baby fathers. I'm not saying things wrong having 2 baby fathers, but I'm just giving an example of why a man walking into this room or meeting you is wondering why you now want to put a chastity belt on. Where was your chastity belt before? And yeah, it's gonna be some people who just see you and go, oh, you pretty, they just want to fuck. I would think it's probably more niggas like that than niggas that just, you know what I mean? Than it probably is any other thing. However, I'm gonna say no,
now, you're right.
Let me finish.
Keep going. But I just want to say no. It's just the same thing. Like I just said, those niggas is just yelling louder. The real niggas is in the back. That's it. That's what all right.
And you know what? I might even, but I'm gonna say that your value besides sex is going to be higher with a smaller group of people. The majority of people will see you're beautiful, see you got a nice body or whatever, you got a big butt, you got titties, they assume you got vagina or whatever, you're a woman, they only can see that. Every conversation you have with everybody is not going to have value. You can have a conversation with 10 dudes, only maybe 1 or 2 of those dudes might see, oh, this person's a good conversationalist. But all 10 of those dudes seen you had a big ass. They all seen that. One person might go, oh, she has a sense of humor. But all 10 of those dudes seen you got big titties and you got nice lips. So it's like, it's about realizing who can see your value besides those things, besides your beauty. How can those things come to the front? But a good amount of people are going to realize you're somebody to have sex with because you have the equipment to do that. The sad part, what I faced is some women only have that equipment. For me, they're not good conversationalists. They're not that fucking funny. Like I'm, and that's not even being offensive to them. It's not saying it's bad or wrong, but you're suffering. Like you're not a happy person. You don't have all these things that's good energy. So it's like you're pretty. Yes, you got the big butt. Yes, you got big teeth. So what else could I want to do with you besides have sex? What else? If you can't have a conversation, if you can't, I mean, I think the idea of the building thing we was talking about before, not to jump around too crazy but it's a fear that if you build me up, that your shortcomings will now be magnified, and I'm gonna find somebody else who don't have those shortcomings. Instead of thinking, all right, I'm gonna build this person up, but I know they can't find nobody who can hold the conversation like this. They can't find nobody who can watch a movie with them like this. They can't find nobody who knows how to make their tea the way I make their fucking tea, or whatever else buttons you got to twist to make it to where you are special. But you have to make yourself special in your own person, and have to find people who can acknowledge those levels of specialty that you now are good at. Because some, like, I remember, I can fake cook. You know what I mean? I can fake cook a little bit. I can throw down a little bit in the kitchen. When a girl telling me she can cook, I don't give a fuck you can cook. I could cook too. I don't need you to be a cook. I could cook myself. When somebody's telling me they're a good mother, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I might be, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You're not my mother. That's not good for our relationship to some extent. It's okay because I'm assuming your kids are going to be taken care of, and I ain't gonna have to worry about running them around and all of that because they stealing people tires off their car. But that's not something that is good. And like, really, you know how people say that when you ask a girl, what makes you good for a relationship? I'm a good mother. What the fuck that got to do with me or your new boyfriend or your new husband? Where's that mean? Unless I'm trying to have kids with you. If I'm trying to be in a relationship with you, you being a good mother is not going to mean anything to me. So it's like when you got to see, and like I said, to me, but to somebody else, that might be
like a double entendre for like nurturing.
Yeah,
like,
to them, I get I don't know. I don't need to be breastfed, so I'm good. You ain't gotta burp me. That's like this is on and off topic, but I'm just gonna say this right here. You know what I mean? Shout out to Chef Tone because that's his favorite line. This is on and off topic. I like that. It was funny, but a lot of people like the 1950 thing we talk about. It's a lot more single mothers nowadays than 1950. So when you're dating people, like you see people all the time, my kids are number one, and they the first thing that they number one. So what the fuck am I signing up to be? Number two? Who the fuck wants to sign up to be number two?
On every bio, my kids come first.
I can fuck you I can fuck you being number two.
Bio.
You're right. Yeah, I could put my dick in your mouth at number two. But no, I don't want to, like, that's all I could do at number two.
I skip those shits, by the way.
Yeah. But you know what? That's so valid though, but also too, when people say that, they don't understand what a real relationship is and they don't understand what building is. Because realistically, parents are at the top, then children. If you're really building a real household, we had 6 kids run through our house at different ages, different times. I raised 6 kids. There ain't no way that the kids were first. You got to be hell of a crazy. No, it's 2 adults that is God, and then 2 adults, and then children. Children ain't first. And I didn't, I didn't do either democracy either. We did dictatorship because you don't pay no bills. But yeah, I just think that people don't understand from listening to you guys. And I'm amazed because it sounds like that people don't understand how to explain themselves. And they don't understand how to get clarity from other people, whether it's the opposite sex you're dating, same sex, I don't really care. Doesn't matter. But it sounds like you don't understand how to get clarity. And if you keep attracting some crappy people, it's you. It ain't the people, it's you. Because I'm telling you, I have some oh my gosh, the guys in my life I could give references for. They always take care of me. My friend, everybody, like, they always take care of me. There's just no question around. When people say, oh, there's no so good guys, I'm thinking, I know a lot. Some are married, some are not. But they're hell of a good guys. And they're going to be there for you. And they're going to be down for you. I have guy friends that I've known since I was 13 years old. We've been through some things, and so when you say you can't find it or you can't find a good woman, it's you. You are the problem. Because if you're attracting garbage, you need to run to a therapist. And I didn't say walk, I said run. Because something seriously is going on. It's that accountability thing
It
again.
always starts with you.
It always starts with you. It ends with you. It starts with you. If you like, oh, guys want to do this, they treat you. I wish somebody would come up to me, treat me like a prostitute. You would better hope I have a whole lot of Jesus that day. I'm just telling you. Like that ain't even part of my world. Like that would never even happen. People don't come out their mouth sideways to me. They don't come up to me inappropriately. It just doesn't happen because of who I am and the work that I've done on myself and the energy I give
And the
out and
energy.
all
There
of
we
that.
go. There it
All
is.
of that. And
You
I
said it.
deal, and let me be clear, I deal with people who are actively using drugs all the way from people who are multimillionaires in the course, and nobody comes out to me sideways. Let me be clear. I walk the streets, homeless people. Nobody comes out sideways. So you really need to check yourself. You
You
really need
put
to examine your
prostitute
life.
energy out there, you're gonna attract tricks.
Totally. And let me be clear. Some of my clients have been prostitutes in the field that I work in. They have been prostitutes. So I've worked with prostitutes, literal prostitutes who call themselves that. So you got to be really clear about what you are doing and who you got around in your life and who's talking in your ear. And I don't care if your mama, your grandmama, the whatever had problems and was dysfunctional. Mine were. That doesn't still give you a right to be dysfunctional. Fix yourself and your world changes. The people around you change. The whatever sex, they all change. The women in my life, the men in my life, they all change when you change. But it saddens me when I hear even some of my kids talk about how people are coming up to them and talking and how people are like, treating you like a hoe or treating it's just mind-boggling to me because back in the day we didn't tolerate certain things, so you probably got busted in the head for some mess, but like just certain things just shouldn't be. So if you don't know how to explain yourself except that you're a mother, like you were saying, Dirk, then you need to go back and spend some time alone and journal and figure out, how do I describe myself to somebody? How do I tell somebody what my worth is and what my value is? There's tons of coaches, therapists, whatever. Use Chat GPT. I don't care, but do something to figure out like how to explain yourself and who you are and in these relationships. And I am traditional. So side piece on that. I am very traditional. I don't pull out my wallet. Everyone who knows me knows that. I don't ever pull out my wallet when I go anywhere. Everybody pays. But you know what? Guaranteed hands down what I've given them super triple succeeds paying for my lunch.
That probably
Let me
makes them
Triple
want to. That probably
succeeds.
let
makes
me
them want to pay for you.
and you're right. That's what I was going. And I was going. And you just already. It's crazy because that's the reality of life. If you go out, let me just say this to anybody watching this: if you go out on a date with somebody, and they pay for the date, and at the end of the date they want to fuck, that means they found no value in the date, and that they're now looking for some value from that date.
I need
They're
something back.
looking. I need something. I didn't get it. I didn't get nothing from this, but I just spent money. I didn't get nothing. So if a person didn't get nothing, they feel gypped or cheated. This is where like I said, like I was saying before, they know you have that value because they seen you as a pretty person. They
I
seen you
wouldn't
had
holler at you in the first place.
yeah. So all right, I seen you was sexually looking good, but I took you on this date. We went to the steakhouse. We both got the most expensive steaks or whatever, and now your conversation didn't add up to where I want to take you out again based on this. Based on just the idea
Right.
of hearing you talk again, I'm good. I don't think you shouldn't even talk with your mouth full, and I'm trying to fill it up. So let's get you something, like see if you got manners. And that's what it comes down to. And that's the thing. A lot of people are not good at those other things because, and this is no offense, and I know it sounds like I'm just pushing on, but I feel like a lot of women, because you're pretty, you're constantly able to be attractive to people and have people attracted to you. So it confuses value of actually having personality or other attributes. It
And let's keep it
confuses that.
because hold on, let me add that too. Like, so again, too, a lot of females think because they're pretty, they don't feel like they got to work on themselves or have the other attributes that go, like you just got finished saying, because all they do is lead with their beauty.
And you constantly got somebody emailing you, DMing you, seeing you at the store, and you thinking, oh man, see, they know how good of a person I am. No, they know that you look good. That's it. That ain't got nothing. You looking good doesn't have nothing to do with the quality of person. And some people know how to front, so they might have talked to you, but they really seen you had that fat ass. So yeah, they gonna pretend like you really good at conversations, but you know you're not fucking good at conversations if you're not good at it. You really, in your mind, think about how fucking much of a conversationalist are you? Can you really, are you reading books and shit? What the fuck are you telling this person? You like the same shit they like? I met girls before who like sports. I don't even fucking like sports. This bitch trying to talk to me about sports. And that to her made her have value. In her mind, she thinking, oh yeah, I know niggas want a girl who like football. I don't know who the fuck the quarterback for the 49ers is. And I don't care.
Oh, wait a second now. Hold on. Well, I like sports, and then that is all, you know what I mean? Because a lot of females.
But that's what I was saying before.
But then
that your value,
you have to be,
it changes.
Right. But then
it
you
goes
have to,
from,
but that happens is you have to be aware of who you're dealing with.
Who you're talking to.
That's exactly.
Because if you went on a date with me,
that. If you can name somebody on the Cowboys, I'm a Cowboys fan. Yeah, if you can talk about the Cowboys, yeah. Oh, okay. You get a little star. Let me get a star
so
next to your name.
if you know the
name, ain't
of,
gonna do everything, but you get a little star next to your name. Like, all right, cool.
If you went on a date, didn't you say you was a Cowboys fan too?
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Didn't you say you was a Cowboys fan or something like that?
No, I am not a Cowboy. Are you trying to get me killed? I am not a Cowboys fan. Are you kidding me? No. I am not a Cowboys fan. I'm from New York. There's no way I could live in my house and be a Cowboys fan. Like,
you know what?
I'm from New York too.
I'm happy you said that, Lasagna. There's a lot of people from New York who are still Cowboy fans. And
there are.
There's a lot of people, and I don't know what's wrong with those people. I don't know what's wrong with them. I can't.
I don't know. Emmitt Smith. I'm just an Emmitt Smith.
That's what we doing?
Well, Emmitt Smith is cool. No, I'm not gonna lie. Emmitt Smith is cool.
I'm from the Emmitt Smith and Troy Aikman era, so that's why.
Cool. I can't live in my house and be Cowboys. That's like repairmen come to my house, and that they ask that question is being asked before they even let in my house. That's how serious it is here.
No, I can't.
I can't. You guys know I'm sitting right here, right? I can hear you.
If you went on a date with me and you started talking about those losers, would that impress me? No. But if you went on a date with DeVille and you started talking about losers, he would be impressed. You know what I mean?
I know where you live, bro.
Well, I hope you can kick a door because my door's got locks on them.
Your new stadium is nice, though.
Bring the glove, Coop.
All I need is a block. All I need is blockers because the Cowboys can't get through no blocks.
Oh, but you don't like sports though. You don't like sports though.
You don't have to. You don't have to like sports to know about how to make fun of a team. I know about it. They might have had the best getting through blockers last year. I don't know. I'm just making a joke. It's basically they might have been the best at it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just making it. But yeah. So and that's a good example that we're both on here. Now seriously, because a girl meeting him. And now knowing about the team he likes or the sport he's into, knowing those things, and they're having that conversation, I can't speak for him. But at the end of that date, he might feel like, I want to come and sit down with this person again based on that conversation.
That's facts.
Yeah. He's not even he wouldn't be mad with fucking, because I know him. He probably wouldn't be mad with that.
Of course.
But now it has been notched down. It has it's
not top priority.
Down.
Correct.
If it's still at the top of the priority, the person you went on a date with only sees your value in that because to them, you haven't shown any other. And it doesn't mean that you don't have other values, just to them, you haven't shown any other that they can connect with that makes them feel like, you know what else? You know what else this girl could do? She could crochet. You know what I mean? She know how to crochet. I got a scarf collection. I'm trying to get a couple of more scarves, some mittens, and some hats. Oh, she can crochet. I gotta keep her on the list. You know what I mean? I'm gonna need some shit crocheted. As people don't be having those things, and I think that really, and I'm gonna say this before I end. I'm bad. The one thing is, there is a lot of value in being with yourself. There is, because that's time to grow and all of that type of stuff. But I do think that being around other people can also help increase your value because it's having those different conversations and those different opportunities and different mindsets that are now being brought to the table. Opposed to if all you got to think about it. If I like kid movies, I like horror movies. But if I like kid movies and I'm by myself, the chances of me changing to horror movies are probably low. I'm not going to whiting. I'm just going to go deep down this rabbit hole of kid movies. I'm watching everything I can watch. And now you come over and you go, what do you want to watch? And I'm saying, oh, ain't Toy Story 5 out? What? I don't want to go see that. So I think that it's like we always say you do need to get off and get to yourself and get to know yourself greater, but also realize if there's room for improvement, that's going to come through possibly a team of other people that you can be contacted with, hopefully in healthy relationships that can help you have new likes and things that you can talk about when you bring to the table, you know? And I'll land with that.
Respectfully. Um,
Sonny, do you want to say? You wanna add something? Do you wanna say something?
Because
Any
attacked and
questions?
said and
I don't
then
want to feel like
misunderstood
we just took over the conversation. Yeah, no,
what I
yeah, we gotta give her the floor. Everybody get
it's
the
clear.
floor.
It
Reese,
didn't.
also, everybody.
All
breaking
they
up.
heard was a so there's no
Reese,
reason to.
Sonny, do you guys want to add something? Do you guys want to say something?
Oh, she's trying.
She was talking, but you can't hear her.
She's
Oh, okay.
breaking up.
I can't even hear. I can't hear for nothing. That's why I said that. I can't even hear.
Oh, back out. Come back in. Gotcha.
Yeah, I want to
Finance.
say one thing real quick. Let me say, I wasn't trying to attack you, Sonny. I was addressing the post that you said that I made, which I did make. I can't deny the post I made. I just wanted to tell you, like, I made it because I post on Facebook because they pay me, and I get if I get engagement, my payment goes up. So I might post some controversial shit on there, so people and I like when people comment. Let me
It's
just
all
I don't want
respect.
to.
No one is getting attacked. Everybody,
Yeah,
it's
but
all
no, but
respect.
I didn't. I just wanted to
We was
address.
all
I was just
talking.
addressing that. But no, it's
For
no.
my
I love you.
All love,
state, you
definitely all
don't
love.
have open your legs for somebody that says you're pretty. I got attacked for having a mindset
Oh,
of
I
being
can't
with a
hear her, so
man.
I guess I should back up.
I got
I'm
attacked
out.
for
I'll be back.
saying that if you just want sex and the person asks you for money doesn't make them a prostitute. I got attacked for. So it's like, what are we really talking about today? Really? Because
I
if you
wasn't
want to be
attacking you for that.
about being a man, and there is a factor of what that looks like. You could pretend that you don't, but there is factors that look like a man, right? And that's what I'm saying is where this accountability comes in. Yes, there's men that have the accountability, and there's men that don't. And I named both of them in the same segment, but none of that was contude into what I said. So I'm just gonna listen. That's what I said.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't attacking you for saying.
It is no attack. Everything's
I
love and light
promise
up
you,
there.
I was
Everything's
responding.
debate. Just help
I don't. I
participate
hope
in
it
that.
doesn't feel like an attack. I'm just responding. It's not an attack, nigga. Like it's not like that on the hood, cause it's not. There's no attacking. I'm not. I would never attack anybody on the show except for probably Siggy, because that's my cousin. Other than that, I'm not attacking anybody. It's all just conversation. We're just
I heard.
talking.
I heard Deville. What?
I said no. I said only. That's probably you the only person I would attack because you're my cousin, or you and Siggy. But other than that, no, it's just responding. I'm just responding. Especially, I'm not attacking. No, I don't like fighting women. I'm not attacking a woman at all. I'm not into that. I'm not. I'm just responding. And if I misconstrued anything you said, no, I don't. It's not even about me disagreeing with what you said. When I'm responding, I'm just giving a response. I think that everybody has a choice to do what they want to do. I did. You know what I mean? I was explaining why I made the post and who the post was talking about and not talking about. But again, I didn't say that makes anybody. I don't. Do I die hardly believe in that post? No, I do not. Please don't think something I post is something I 100% believe to be the gospel. I'm not posting Bible quotes. I'm not a Christian out here posting shit I read in the Bible. I'm just posting things that I think will get on people's nerves. That's why I post it.
That as an example. That wasn't the. That's what I felt that you believe. That was what I used as an example.
Respectfully.
Financial stress and emotional exhaustion are consistently linked to lower relationship satisfaction through relationship research. Another question I got for you at home.
Before you do
Continue that.
can we get a bathroom break?
I'm about to. And I want to continue that conversation into the comment section. Is timing more important than compatibility? Bathroom break and water breaks and all that. That's what I was about to do. I was just had to.
We had 2:30.
I know.
Land Your Plane is a show where truth takes off and accountability lands. Guests face honest questions about love, loyalty, relationships, ego, family, and the conversations most people avoid. Want to be a guest or bring family on? If you have a story, unresolved conversation, relationship question, or truth you're ready to face, we want you on the show. Apply here. And somebody will get back to you or comment. Ready to land. Clear the runway. Your seat is waiting.
This book is dangerous. Not because it tells you what to think, but because it shows you who's been thinking for you. It exposes the illusion, the script, the invisible leash. After Cosmiscuous, you won't hear music the same. You won't see mirrors the same. You won't even see yourself the same. Warning, side effects include awareness, freedom, and irreversible growth. Cosmiscuous. Read at your own awakening.
This is BK.
Mike Payne.
Carly.
34 and a half. Hot boy Shay. Tyrell. And I play Tyrell.
And Monica.
Jay.
Asu.
Mo.
Big Prince in that series Make Some Noise.
You gon' hear me now, feel me now. I'm 10 toes, no small talk, straight to the pen.
Throughout the season, you see him going through where in the beginning he wanted to just do his music and work a regular 9 to 5, but as things continue to happen to him, he has to respond to the environments that he gets put in.
Whoa. Damn. Nah, fucked up, man. Yo, my bad, bro. Where the fuck was you at anyway? I was trying to get a little bottle or something, type of weapon that even the odds, it was more than us.
A lot of people called me and was like, when they see me, I like to say I retreated, which is something people do in war all the time. They retreat to, regroup. Another word I like to use when I think about that scene. People thought I was like, punani.
Nigga, you must not know who the fuck I am, nigga. This is my city. Y'all beat his ass. Get up, bitch ass. You ain't talking niggas. We outside. I had people say, you just being you. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't no bully though. I ain't no bully, but yeah, don't take me there, bro. But other than that, yeah, just I'm that nigga, and I definitely feel like I'm that nigga. You supposed to feel like that. You feel me? Yeah. Damn, she fine as hell. What the fuck you doing with this bum ass nigga? Might well come to my section.
Nigga, I wouldn't give you the time of day if you paid for it. Like she's she's a good person at heart. I just think she's in the wrong career field. You be surprised what type of men I see on a daily. Oh, what? That make you nervous? You scared?
Nah, not even.
I think you kind of see her go from a stable person to just kind of really wanting to hold on to a relationship that probably does need to end.
Excuse me? It's been a few days with who? Who you been working with? And who are you about to compare me to?
I'm just tired.
No.
I need to get some rest.
No, let's talk about it. Who are you about to compare me to?
Nobody.
Was it the girl that dropped you off? Yeah. I saw that person drop you off. Who the fuck was that?
I'm praying that, everybody try to keep around in life, that's still, doing the normal things, having a job, taking care of bills.
No, I ain't got much, man, but I know I can only $2.
Nah, man, you ain't have to do that.
Man, look, bullshit. It's your dream, man. You're my boy. Plus, I gotta make sure you give me a shout out, man, when you get your Grammy. I gotta make sure I contribute to your dream, man.
Go watch I'm So Tyrell, Make Some Noise on YouTube. Go watch it now. It's on YouTube now. Now we get a licensing deal and they tell us to take it off. You won't be seeing it and you'll be mad because it's on some sort of platform. So you getting first dibs to watch it before anybody as we create.
Shorty on a whole different time than I am. She want me to be her man, but she don't understand this. Get fucked up my brain. Shorty on a whole different time than I am. She want me to be her man, but she don't understand this. Get fucked up my brain. Shorty on a whole different wavelength. I don't even wanna say shit, but I gotta keep it real. I ain't never been the one for no fake shit. Since I'm a star, making that gon' take concession. She don't understand, I need space if I'm tryna pull up in a spaceship. See, when you worldwide, you don't always have time to be.
Welcome back. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Matter of fact, just like and share it. If you enjoy the content, that's up to you to subscribe. That's a personal, private, choice.
Do
Just
all
like
three.
and share. Yeah, I'm good with the like and the share. Definitely comment whatever the questions that you feel you can answer. Y'all all right out there?
Shout out
Y'all
to
all
the
right?
panel tonight. Yeah, we good.
Yes, sir.
Big shout out to the panel. Big respect.
Yes, sir. And yeah, comment. Who y'all think landed playing their best, man? Definitely. Let's get to this last one. The best was never there. Oh, make sure you patronize all my patrons. Go check out Dirt Music. Go check out I'm So Tyrell. And go check out Make Some Noise on I'm So Tyrell page. Cosminsky was booked. Happened. Last scenario, y'all. The best was never there. A couple breaks up after years of arguing. Friends tell them, you two brought out the worst in each other. Years later, both enter healthy relationships where they seem happier, calmer, and more loving. First question, does the right woman unlock the best version of a man, or should he already bring his best into every relationship? Y'all could jump out the window with that one. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah. I ain't want to. I was gonna let somebody. I just finished talking. I was trying to let somebody else talk.
Me too. Yeah, I didn't want to take over.
Ladies, yeah, I could jump out.
I would say it's kind of both, because I feel like you should be automatically trying to bring your best self into the relationship. But I also do feel like that if it's the right woman for you, she's going to unlock those versions and maybe help you grow into the correct person, or your best version of yourself. So I kind of feel like it could be a mixture of both. Being, earlier in the show, we did say that you should always want to bring your best self into the relationship, but also your best self is always evolving. So she might be part of the reason why you're becoming a better version of yourself. But again, you should be bringing that into the relationship, whatever your best version at that time is. I don't think, again, nobody's at their best version, because your whole thing should be to grow and become better than you were yesterday. So if that is your mindset, then you're always going to become a better version of yourself moving forward. So I would say it's both. It's a little bit of both.
I agree with that. Lashonda, Sonny. Does the right woman unlock the best version of a man, or should he already bring his best? We might have answered these questions.
Yeah, I was a little torn, because I agree with what research said, that I do think like the right person you can listen to and you can kind of take heed to what they're saying, but maybe somebody in your past, because of whatever the dynamics were in the relationship, maybe you didn't hear them say that thing to you. You know, I know in my past relationships, I had an ex always tell me that I would just get on something and I would just hold on to it and nag, 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 almost like a pit bull. Like I would not let go and I would just nag, nag, nag. And I always used to be defensive and defend myself. But when I got into my new relationship, I was able to see, oh my God, yeah, I do that. But mind you, the people told me the same thing. You know, two people told me the exact same thing, but I wasn't ready to hear it and I wasn't ready to listen um to what my ex had to say. She was absolutely correct when she said it, but I wasn't able to hear that and see that. So I think sometimes it may be the person, but it also may be you. If you're not ready to kind of hear and take heed to what the person's saying, you might not learn that lesson at that point in time when you're in that relationship. You might learn the lesson later on in the next relationship because maybe you're more open to hear what that person has to say. I know I've had people tell me that, you know, that I do bring out the best version of them or a better version of them because I push them and become a cheerleader for them. But I really think it's that they were ready to kind of do the work themselves. So I don't really take credit for that. I say thank you, but I really think that they were ready to put in the work and do the changing that they needed to do for themselves. So I'll land with that.
Respectfully, I want to highlight something you said. Basically, personal growth. I mean, you could inspire something, but the work is for them to do. And I like that part. Sunny Moon. Does the right woman unlock the best version of a man, or should he already bring his best?
There's different levels to everybody. So even if he believes that right now this is the best of him, of course, a person can give you an idea, could give you some type of financial help, whatever, et cetera, to make you a better person that you didn't even think you could be. So anybody, it doesn't even have to be a partner. It can just be a conversation from a homeless person on the side of the road. So no, it doesn't really take the woman itself. But of course, like I said, anybody can come into your life and give you an idea that you never thought of or set it to you in a different way and give you that acknowledgement, makes your brain want to do better in your mind, a better person than you already were. I land.
Respectfully, I like that. Gentlemen, any questions for them or?
Well, I just say to say I kind of think agree. I think that uh a person can help as far as their supportiveness, possibly, you know what I mean? But I think that I think you gotta be coming. You gotta pause, you gotta come with your own thing that you know, they might can point you in a direction, but it has to be some open-mindedness and willingness. And you have to already be at the point where you're at where that can be something that's going on that can happen. Because I feel like if you're not, if the person like I do comedy, right? So if I was to meet a person, you know what I mean, who could be supportive in that way of comedy and get me booked at shows, yes, that was helpful, but I was already doing comedy. You know what I mean? So it's good that they was able to help maybe further my career in a way, but I was
So they
already
did their job though.
they did
So
that's what I'm saying. So I think
so they brought you further.
but I don't think they helped me be the better version or they helped me write jokes and shit. You know what I mean?
That might be next.
That would be
Yeah.
up to you. That would be up
Yeah.
to you. Would you accept?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying from the beginning. It's about what you're willing to accept and acknowledge
Yeah.
and work and let them allow. What part are you gonna let them play in the thing in the system? And I think that it is a lot of it is. I agree with Lashonda too. It is a lot of you. Is you because I know, like I talked about me selling drugs before. I remember I was with a girl, and she told me she was breaking up with me because I was selling drugs. She didn't want to be with somebody who did that. She wanted to move on. She said, "I don't care what you do. I just don't want you to sell drugs no more. Please don't do that." And I did end up in jail after that, in prison after that. So even though I don't feel bad or mad about it not working, I did see that damn what she was saying to me was the right thing. There is no success in that. I'm not going to be Scarface. I'm not going to be Nino Brown. I'm not about to make $1 million. from this shit. You know, even and I guess some people do, no hate on nobody else, but I wasn't going to do that. That wasn't my path. So I just think that it just takes, you have to be open to the advice, and I'll end with that.
Hell yes. I'm gonna say hell fucking yes. All right, and I'm about to break. I'm gonna explain why I say hell fucking yes. All right, too, because what if you, again, you know, it's like you said, but like, what if you have doubt in yourself? What if you don't see the king in yourself, but she does? So she pumps into you, she motivates you, like, yo, you can do this, you got this. Even though you do got to do it, yeah, to some extent, but like without her battery, without her motivation, without her seeing that, you know what I'm saying, you still be stuck on level 1. And then there's also bitches that are happy that you stuck on level 1 or content with you being on level 1 and don't want to motivate you. You're just chilling. Like, you know, all right, this is you. All right, I accept you as you. Like, nah. So you get a partner that's motivating you and see more than you can become. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yes. So I'm gonna say yeah, definitely. That's why it all depends on that's why they always say pick the right partner. Because the next, you know, just like we said before, some people are just for seasonal. Some people, unfortunately, like, you know, can get you towards the goal, but can't get you past the goal. That was their part. Their part was just to get you towards the goal. And then the next person, or, you know what I'm saying, was they play their part. Yo, now you passed the goal. Shit, you did 17 laps now. So it all depends on your partner. Yeah, I'll say yeah.
Respectfully, Reese.
Now Reese answered.
Oh, my bad.
She was right. I agree with Reese in the show. Yeah, I agree with everybody. I see everybody's point.
Does the right woman unlock the best version of a man, or should he already bring his best? Emotional maturity isn't finding the right person. It shouldn't be based on somebody. And everybody touched on that. It requires you. Even through this partnership, relationship, you're finding out you. And your growth, you're responsible. Responsibility, accountability starts with you. This is what I think we've been zeroing in on. What a lot of us value, you feel me, is our growth and our self and emotional maturity throughout these relationships, you know? And it's not based off, to me, it's not based off finding the right person, because you have to deal with you throughout all of these relationships, whether it's the right or wrong. Yeah. So it's really not based on anybody. It's really you. You feel me? Not you to the table, but you just bring you to what you to expect. Respectfully. Next question is, are we gonna go with the females answer first? Can someone truly be the one if they consistently bring out your worst qualities? Ladies first on this one. We start with Reese.
Let's start with me.
Do you want to start?
Nah, go and get that. Go and get that. Yeah, it's on you.
So I don't want to say that they wouldn't be the one if they bring out your worst qualities, only because I go back to the whole growth thing in yourself. So if they're bringing out a bad quality in yourself, it may help you see that, because sometimes, a lot of times when it comes to women, and again, speaking for myself, you may think that that quality is not a bad quality, but somebody else making you knowledgeable of that and knowing that it is a bad quality or can be perceived as a bad quality, I feel like could also help you grow, which could result in you no longer having that bad quality. So I don't want to say that it would make it not the correct person for you, because again, if your whole thing is to grow and become a better person, then your bad qualities can change. They can go goodbye, they can become better. There could be multiple different levels of what happens with those bad qualities. So my answer is going to be no. That doesn't mean it's not the right person, because maybe that person is they're bringing it out to try and make you see it and acknowledge it. And again, that comes back to being just self-aware of and taking accountability that nobody's perfect. We all have bad qualities, we all have good qualities, but that doesn't define you as a person, and you can become a better person by acknowledging those bad qualities and fixing them or becoming better at them. So I'm going to say no. It's a hell of a roller coaster though, but I'm just going to say no.
I'm going to say yes. I was lady's turn. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hold on, cool.
My bad.
Can someone truly be the one if they consistently bring out your worst qualities? Sunny Moon.
I'm gonna say, could they be the one? I'm gonna say no. I mean, bringing out what you feel like is a negativity in different matters. I don't feel there's other ways that you can guide someone into getting an understanding or showing them something instead of trying to bring it out of them. So I'll give an example. So say, I don't know, you eating out of my plate, right? And that frustrates me, and I'm like, I'm getting to yelling at you and shit. Why do you need to do that? Instead of if you want something off my plate, why can't you ask? Why can't you know what I mean? There's other ways to get somebody to give an understanding. You'd be like, oh, I don't want to share my food. And be like, well, dang, I want to see what you're tasting. I don't want to make you mad or nothing, but I definitely want to have a taste of your food. I don't want to eat it all, but I want a taste of it. There's other ways you can go by the action instead of bringing the worst out of me to get an understanding, because as a human, that's not how our brain actually works. And like Reese said, it is going to be a roller coaster, because it's not a comfortable availability. Like, if you want me to get an understanding, then that's not a way to do it with a negative manner. I land.
I understand what you're saying.
But what if their intention is not to bring out the negative in it? What if their intention is to try and get you to see? Okay, so for instance, I'm somebody who responds to things very quickly, and I'm automatically yelling. I go from 0 to 60. There's no in between. Like, I don't take the time to process something or think about it before I'm responding to it. So what if that person's not trying to negatively bring that out? They're just trying to make you aware of that's made how you respond to things. And I'm just using that as an example. There's multiple things that somebody can do, but maybe they're not trying to get that negative quality out of you. And again, I'm going to respond thinking that you're trying to get that negative out of me. And all I'm doing is proving their point, that you're not processing what I'm saying to you. You're just automatically going to 60 when I'm trying to get you to understand that you don't got to go to 60. You can sit at 20 for a second and think about it before you get to that 60 mark.
Good question.
So in conversation is how you approach it, correct? Everybody can approach it any way you like. So if I know that you like to yell and I need to talk to you and I know this is going to make you frustrated, I'm going to try to ease you into this conversation. I'm definitely not going to just go into the conversation knowing that that's exactly what you're going to do. I'm trying to ease you into it, whatever it looks like, whatever I have to say. I know you, I live with you, I understand your character, I know how you get down. So definitely, I know there's ways that I can ease you into this as well. It may take some time, of course, nobody's perfect. That ease will help. I don't need you to attack and say, oh, well, I'm not trying to attack you. I'm trying to tell you something. Like, there's a way to ease something so you be able to adjust what the person is saying in time. That's all I'm saying. Right? Because I'm not gonna say if I'm telling you like,
Yes.
well, can you get up and help me clean the house up? And you're like, well, goddamn, I've been sitting here. I'm trying. I'm busy right now. I'm trying to get some shit done. That's not an easy way to say that. The easy way to say that is me getting up and cleaning up and be like, hey, babe, are you still tired? I'm gonna clean up a couple of things. Do you got time to help me? It's other ways, there's other things you could be doing to ease that person if they love them. That's the difference between a relationship. When someone's in a relationship with you, is where's the love in this conversation? Where is the care in this conversation? Where is the ease? My job is not to control you. My job is to ease your thinking so you can be the better person I believe and you believe you can be. My job is not to make you feel judged all the time. Even if you are feeling judged in that moment, where do I take accountability where I say, hey, you know what? She's feeling in this moment as well. So what can I do to ease her judgeability? Because when I first talked to her, she knows that the house is dirty and she's a clean woman. She's been busy. She's been working. She's tired. So how do I ease her thinking that I don't think that she's a lazy person and that she's not doing nothing or enough? How do I do that? It starts with love. It starts with the thought of care.
I agree. Any more questions for each other?
Oh boy. Yeah, I was just listening and I was like, huh. I was on one side, then they kept talking and I kept going back and forth. Because it's funny, like what Reese was talking about of going from like 0 to 60. I'm that person. So that person. I love anger. That's a topic for another show, but I definitely love anger. I really do, and I love yelling. Ask my kids. I love yelling.
What's your sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
Okay.
All day.
Italian at heart too. Italian grandparents or something.
Yeah, all day. But so I know that in the past, like a lot of that was me. So like I can't say that that person brought out the worst of me. It was me because I was wounded. So you could have said something in the nicest way. In my immature self, oh, I was gonna cut you at your knees. Cause I just was carrying all this old baggage and I just heard something and I got triggered. So I'm just gonna respond to it. And that's kind of how I lived. It was that very much that immaturity, that wounded self was just responding and reacting to everything. And I've learned now how to do it a lot better. Because I don't do 0 to 60 as much anymore. And when I'm angry, it's for a reason. And it's not, I've learned how to just use it better. But anyway, I honestly have to say that no, if you bring out the worst of me, you're not my person. Like I've been married 15 years. I think we just made 15 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice.
And it's the best relationship I've ever been in. And I will tell you, this is the relationship I argue the least in. Out of all my past people, I'm sorry. So if you ever come across this video, I am sorry because we have argued a lot. But in this relationship, I don't do that. And I have gone from 0 to 60 in this relationship when we first started. And it wasn't because my partner was antagonistic or anything like that. It was me. It was really, really me. And I think that when you're in a long-term relationship, if you want to stay and it's about love, you figure it out. You know, you sit down and you have those most uncomfortable conversations where you're sitting there and all you want to do is run. And you want to get out of the room and get out of the situation because it's too intense and it's too hard. But when you made a commitment, you win. Like I'm a ride or die. I really am, to my detriment. And I'm going to say that now, to my detriment, because I've been in some situations. And so I'm going to stick and stay. Like if I say I'm in, I'm in. There ain't even no question in it. I'm in. But this person I'm with now, my wife now, hands down, best relationship I've ever been. Hands down is my person. We've always laughed and joked like, hey, we get divorced, we still living in the same house. Like she gonna come over and eat dinner, talk about, hey, what's up? Like that's just like that's how we are. So that's my person. But I've never had all that negativity that has been in other relationships because they weren't the one. They just weren't the one. And I don't care how they could have put it. They just weren't the one. They were there to teach me things and to trigger things so that I could heal, for sure. Hands down. They definitely did that for me without question. But they're not the one. I don't think the one is going to make it hard.
Facts.
Like that's what I've learned is like I've been in hard relationships where I'm crying and I'm miserable and it's like, oh, my life is over. I've been in all that crazy, and most of that's my crazy drama. But when you're in the one that like it's just a knowing that I've been in many relationships, and this one was easy to get into. It was easy to say yes. It was easy to get married. This is my first marriage because for me it was like I want to do one and done. So I've been proposed to before, been engaged before, but I knew I wasn't walking down that aisle. But for me, I feel like if it's your person, you're going to figure out a way where you're not going to get crazy, where you're not going to make it all like throwing your shit out on the lawn and breaking plates. Mind you, I've done all that. I've done all that in bad relationships. So I'm not blaming anybody. I'm taking full responsibility here. Am I crazy? I just feel like that right person, it's not going to be that. It's not. So if you're in that kind of relationship where it's really crazy, it's up and down, I don't think that's your person. Either that's not your person or you've got a lot of healing to do. So it could be one or the other or a combination of things. But compared to all my other relationships, this does not feel anything close to those other relationships. And I've been through hell and back in these 15 years, but it doesn't even feel like what I used to go through in those other relationships at all. So I would have to say, no, they're not going to bring out the worst in me. Like I'm the best I've ever been. I got people, exes calling being like, damn, you're better than you were before. You cook now. You do this now. Yeah, I do. It's just, it's different. So for me, I would have to say, nah, the right person, they ain't gonna bring out your worst. You're gonna be your best self. And you're gonna want to be your best self because of that person. And I think that's the thing that's lasted 15 years is because every time we check in and say, hey, how am I doing? Am I being my best version compared to 2 years ago, 3 months ago? How am I doing? How would you rate me as far as how am I being as a wife? And then what can I do better? And honestly sitting there and listening, not being defensive, but really listening and taking heed because this is my person. So I got to take heed to what they say. This is the most important person in my world. So I got to take heed to that. So for me, yeah, it would definitely, yeah, no. I land with that.
Let me jump out because I'm going to piggyback off what she said and what Sonny said, and I'm going to have to say no. I said yes, but I really meant no. Meant no. That's exactly what I meant. I meant no. You won't have. Now say the question again.
1 second.
Will the right person bring out?
Can someone truly be the one if they consistently bring out your worst qualities?
Correct. All right. Yeah, exactly what LaShonda just said. I have to agree. I haven't yelled. I'm not an arguer. I don't like arguing. I don't like yelling. And I haven't yelled and argued since 2019. Which what I was doing every time I had a conversation. Every conversation led into an argument, led into me yelling at the top of my voice, and I haven't did that since 2019. So with that being said, no. I'm going to leave it there. 2019. Facts.
Congratulations, man. Thank you. Respectful.
I guess I'll answer that. I mean, I don't think that is a sign of it being the right person. I also don't think it's a sign of it being a complete wrong person. I think that it just I think that the thing I can connect with that was already said is a sign of a need of growth. And I think it's easy to blame our partners for why we're doing something or not doing something. That's the easy way out. So I just feel like, is it a confirmation of either side? I don't believe so. I think that when we grow, and it is funny because not to downplay what LaShonda was saying about her current relationship or past relationships, but she went through like she said, I learned from those things. And then now you got with this person, and it seemed like this is the reason I'm like this, because this is them, it's who they are. And I'm not saying that can't be right. However, at the same time, I think that if you're being the worst version of yourself, it's less based on your partner than I would say it's less based on your partner than you would want it to be, because most of the things that are bad about us, we already had those things when we came to the relationship. We already had those. It's like, I'm stealing out the store because I'm with this person. That's the first time you stole, nigga. You've been stole out of, you've been stole out of stores, or like,
yeah, it is.
And I get what DeVille was saying too about screaming at somebody and not screaming after that person, but like, based on the time in relationship with that person, is like, is that the first time you ever yelled? You know what I mean? And even if
yes,
it
was,
even if it was, even if it was the first time you ever yelled, you learned that from somewhere. It's
no,
like,
it wasn't.
I'm gonna say, like, you did learn it from
Respectfully.
somewhere. You see somebody else scream. You've never seen nobody else scream at their
No.
partner. Not on TV, not in a movie.
No.
Just come on, you've seen it somewhere.
And I'm keeping it all the way a buck. And I don't yell, and I'm very, I'm very
not
laid
saying
back.
you do.
Nigga,
I do know you're laid back.
Nigga,
I know you. I do know
my
you're a
name.
laid
You
back
see
person.
the name.
I know you.
I ain't even give that
I
name.
know
Niggas
that.
gave me that name. I'm very laid back and chill.
I get.
So I gotta lean
it.
forward. You niggas know that, right? But
so I'm gonna say this to you. Even
all,
like not.
I don't want to take over your shit. Go ahead.
Now you good. Not even personalizing it, because it's being personalized to some extent.
I'm speaking on me. I'm speaking. Yeah. I don't mind.
Respectfully. But I'm saying that, to me, when I think of, like, it's like, that's like saying, oh, I beat this girl, and I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about a guy who's beating the girls, like, she brought the worst out of me. That's why I was beating this girl. You know what I mean? It's like, no. If you was beating her, she brought the worst out of me. I haven't beaten any girl. I haven't beaten any girl since, and I never beat a girl before that.
Okay.
So it's like, you know me. I don't be beating girls, but I was beating her. So it's like,
okay.
I'm just, but yeah. But at the same time, I just feel like anything that you're doing that's bad in a relationship, it is the 90 and 10 rule. You have the most power over your response. And even if the person is not communicating correctly, I think that's the one thing I think that is hilarious about people who say somebody doesn't communicate correctly, because it causes them to communicate incorrectly. It's like, oh, they're communicating incorrectly, so I'm communicating incorrectly. And then what happens to communication? It's not being done correctly. So I feel
I don't like to get yelled at. Why? What? All right.
No, I get.
I'm sorry.
And that.
No,
I
you're
get
right.
it. I don't like to be yelled at. All right, so like it's 90 and 10. My response is 90.
Facts.
What happened is 10%.
You're right.
If somebody steps on my shoe and I fight that dude and he goes to his car and stabs me, and I need to, I almost died from the stab. Is it his fault? Was it my response didn't play a part in that? Yes, my response played a part. So yeah, I don't like being yelled at, but I'll tell you one thing about being yelled at.
Stab each other, nigga.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, I'm just giving an example, but if I don't like now you good, it's all up. If I don't like being yelled at, I don't know where yelling has stopped me from being yelled at. If anything, yelling perpetuates the yelling. Because I'm yelling, and now this person's yelling, now we're both yelling, and I'm continually having what I don't like happen. Now, if I can maintain my voice, and they're still yelling, yes, I still don't like being yelled at, but I can even bring that to the table. And like I said, it's because nobody's communicating. I'm not going to communicate, but I can say that, yo, why are you yelling at me? I'm not yelling at you. Because you don't fucking listen.
Right.
You don't have to.
Now I don't deal with those type of people.
But however, I think that's the one thing that's funny
the
about
boundaries now. Now I learned, no, I'm not going to accept that anymore.
I don't
accept that. That's unacceptable.
And that's your choice. That's why life is about it. But I would say that to me, I do think true love is working through it with somebody. Hopefully, you ain't got to be somebody therapist. You ain't got to be their psychologist. You don't have to be their counselor. If you can play all those roles, salute to you for being able to do it. Applause to you for doing it. But I think that we are at an age. I don't know about everybody else's age. I'm 42. We're at an age where most people we meet will be damaged. It's going to be some fucking work. They've been hurt. Most of them do feel like they gave their best self to another relationship. And to me, it's about this new relationship would be proving them wrong. That you didn't give your best self. You haven't even achieved your best self yet. And yeah, you do have these flaws and not point. I think that's another thing too. I'm pointing out somebody's flaw to downplay the quality of who they are. And I've been guilty of that too. But a flaw is a flaw. Like I said before, no one's perfect. But that's something we need to be working on. If you're screaming at me and I don't want to be screamed at, I can continuously not scream until the point where you realize that's not the way to handle a conversation. Or yeah, maybe I should move on. I agree with what Sonny said too. At some point, you do have to throw your hands up and go, this person's going to keep screaming. This person's going to keep hitting me. Whatever is the thing that they keep doing. However, I do think that my response could stay the same, because if I don't scream at this person and they keep screaming at me and I decide to leave, they can go and lie on me and say he cursed me the fuck out, or they can go and tell the truth because I was screaming at them, calling them bitches. Or maybe they will reflect on that, like, damn, I screamed at this nigga all the time. He never screamed at me. And maybe they'll get with a new dude after y'all broke up and they'll be screaming at him and he'll scream back. And they'll remember you. Like, oh shit, I remember this nigga never screamed back.
I don't give a fuck after that.
It's funny. It is funny. However, I do feel like that's another thing. And we need to do a thing about that too. What is love? Is it just a fucking word, or is it something that's eternal and forever? If I do love you, I want the best for you, whether we cool or not cool, whether we together, not together. That's a real love. A real love is not. Yeah, it is though. A real love is not. While you with me, I want the best for you. Huh?
That's perfect. Yes, Dirt, you correct. Like, again, when you get in a relationship, what are you getting a relationship for? And if you say you love me, when are you there to speak with care, with love, with understanding? You're right. Yeah. You're on the right spot.
But I think the hardest part is people can speak with that caring and stuff like that. But now when it's not working out, the caring is dismissed, is gone.
So it's no longer my concern.
No, it's a difference between it's a difference between saying it's not my concern.
I don't wish no bad. I don't wish no good. I just don't care. You're just no longer my concern. That's what I'm saying.
How is that? All right. In recovery, because I know I could talk forever. That's why I wanted to do podcasts, because I could just do it.
And I'm sorry for interrupting. I'm just kidding.
No, you're good. But I'm gonna. All right. So my sponsor, in recovery, we talk about unconditional love and what that actually means, and what unconditional love means. And unconditional love is a forever love. It means that my love doesn't come with conditions. The sad part about the reality of the world we live in, Most of the people who originally loved us, including our parents, and I'm not shooting at nobody, loved us with conditions or what seemed like that. And I'm not going to say 100% of anything because that's an absolute, but I'm sure there's a lot of people like that in this world, myself included, who was loved with conditions, whether I was good, bad, whether I cleaned up. I felt like I was being loved based on that. So that teaches us how to love with conditions. And the biggest condition is whether you're here or not. Whether I have ownership of you. If I have ownership of you, then I want you to fucking fly to the moon. I want to see you take over the world. I want to see your name on a billboard. As soon as I no longer own you, yeah, like you said, I don't have no concern with that. I'm not wasting my energy on your success because I'm not going to be a part of it. No, that's to me is not a real love. And I think until you learn or till you get real love for people, you can't expect it back either. I think that's the thing. We're expecting something we're not even willing to give. I'm expecting you to truly love me, but I'm not truly loving you. What is a true love? Do you love me whether or not? Or will it only be when I'm here with you?
Monetarily.
Good and I'll land with that.
You here
question
with me?
I want to ask
personally. Again, it's all
okay.
personal. You know what I mean? Personal perspective. Just again, I'm able to accept
that's
who
Capricorn
I am.
Shit.
Self-awareness is key always when it comes to me. Yes, I know what I can accept. I know what I'm not going to accept, and I'm going to be real.
You're a Capricorn.
Now, once we done, I don't give a fuck. A flying fuck. Yo, you can win the lottery and be a millionaire. Yo, I don't give a fuck.
I agree completely.
Fuck you mean?
But if you love me, wouldn't you be happy for me? No, I'm saying if you really loved me, wouldn't you be happy for me?
Nigga, no. I don't care. Again, I don't care. It's not like I'm wishing you bad. I'm not wishing you good, nigga. I just don't give a fuck. Personally. And that's personally Coute de Ville. Signed on the fucking dollar line. Straight like that.
I'm gonna add Reese next to that signature.
That's just it. And I'm just keeping it a whole buck. Like, again, I'm not wishing you no malice. I'm not on no malice shit. I'm like, yo, you could go shoot to the moon after me. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Or you can go down to the motherfucking sewer. That's what's up. I don't give a fuck. Because I'm gonna do me. And I'm gonna be aight. Always.
All right, let's leave the people. Let's leave them with this. What's a positive lesson you learned from a failed relationship? We're going to start with Dirt and we're going to go around playing.
That it's a roller coaster. That is ups and downs, and that I can have success after that. That is not the end of my life. That if they leave me, I won't die. If I'm no longer with that person, I'm not destitute. That I other opportunities, other things, other people, other things can happen after that. That'll make my life worth living. And that when I thought they was worth what would make my life worth living, I probably had a misconception. So,
respectfully, LaShonda, what's a positive lesson you learned from a failed relationship?
I agree with what Dirk just said. I've learned now that every failed relationship, I need to sit back and reflect and see what role I played. In every relationship, I didn't blame the other person. It was always me, but sometimes I took that to my detriment, thinking there was something wrong with me. But the reality of it is they were a teacher. They just weren't meant to be there long term. They were a teacher. So I think that that's what I've learned is just the little lessons along the way about how I could be better, how I was triggered, I was wounded. So every relationship I feel is my greatest teacher. every single one, and I can't pinpoint maybe one thing, but just to when I finally got to the point of realizing, okay, these relationships are my teacher. I think that's the biggest lesson I've learned from past relationships is that it is there to teach me something about me.
Respectfully. Cool Billy, what is a positive lesson you learned from a failed relationship?
I learned several. I'm gonna hit you with one though. Uh, again, just accountability, accountability for self. Again, it's pretty much like LaShonda said, the role that I played in this situation, and you take it as a learning experience. All right, cool. And a little bit what Dirt said, you know, life goes on. All right, I took it on the chin. Life is not over. Put your boots back on. Get back in there, champ. Life is not over. All right, accountability. All right, I see what I did. I see the role I played. I see what I could have did better. I see what I tried, and the person didn't reciprocate in that area or what I needed them to do. Now, all right, cool. Learn the experience. Write it in my little memo, subconsciously. And move. All right. What's up, shorty? What's your name? How you doing? Cool DeVille, 79, Southside.
Sunny Moon, what's a positive lesson you learned from a failed relationship?
Um, I learned that it's not my job to carry your happiness and to not allow my happiness to be detained because you don't have any, or you don't know how to get out of your mind or your segment to become happy. My job is to assist, come with open hands, being able and willing to do so, but my job is not to carry it on my back. That's what I learned in failed relationships. I learned.
That's a good one. Well said. I like that.
Reese, last and final. What's a positive lesson you learned from a failed relationship?
I would say that it doesn't define me as a person. I said because I think a lot of
I like
times
that.
that
I like that.
a
What's up?
failed relationship, people think that that defines who you are and you're always going to be a failure. And I think that we have to be grateful and have gratitude for the positive experiences that we had in that relationship. And that's what you take forward to a new relationship is the positive. Um, but also realizing that doesn't define you as a person. You're not a failure. You know, everybody, again, you can fail at a job, but does that mean that you're a failure and you're never going to have a better job than that in your life? No. So I feel like that was probably one of the biggest things that I had to learn was that it doesn't define me as a person.
Self-grace. I like that.
Respectfully, I like that too. And me, last and final. What's a positive lesson I've learned from a failed relationship? I'm gonna say communication etiquette. Learn how to use your vernacular to get across, and share thoughts. You feel me? Thoughts are ideas. Ideas could get in, grow into things, and let's transfer. Let's transfer things. Let's do that thing on the actual thing. And conflict management. You feel me? As long as we can get to a thing where no violence or nobody has to be harmed in anything, that's what I've learned. You feel me? That and I guess yeah, I don't know. You can learn that in any relationship or relationship. I've learned that from myself. And mutual support. You feel me? That's a self thing, but it's not based on. I've learned that it's not based on compatibility. Just because we got certain things together doesn't mean that you feel me. You're gonna look out long term, or I may look out long term. You feel me? So there's things that I learned that not letting shit rock, or not even just supporting boundaries. You, based on chemistry, can confuse things, sort of. However, that could be the reason. You know, some people look past things, and you don't want to look. You don't want to look past red flags or things that could be potentially things that fuck up your compatibility. That's a couple of things that I've learned.
Let me reiterate something I said. I didn't yell. I didn't have to yell since 2019. Let's just put that. I'm not saying I don't yell, because you're right there. Not saying that I don't yell. I don't have to yell. I haven't yelled. I haven't argued since 2019.
You yelled at me. You argued with me the other day.
You're expected. You're my cousin, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow and yell at you again on the phone.
I want to get it. Did we crash or did we land, man?
We landed.
We landed.
We landed on all tires.
Yeah.
Go on.
No parachutes on this plane. All right, we good.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the last. I want to give a big shout out to everybody. I want to thank everybody for flying out.
Double
that.
that.
You in the comment section.
Double salute, panel.
What a question
Got
I
a
got
good
for
one.
you.
Another one. Ladies, thank you for your perspectives as always. I love learning. I love ladies' perspectives. I love that knowledge from you guys' side. So I always highly respect it. Thank you.
Respectful. Question for you at home. Should a new partner benefit from lessons an old partner paid for? Let me know what you think at home. We're going to go to this and we're going to close this thing on out, man.
Hardcover, paperback, and Kindle. Available now on Amazon. His secrets weren't just lies. They were debts, dangerous ones. She was just a housewife. Routine, love, family, peace. Now, she has a choice. Break or become something else. The God Lady. Story of power, sacrifice, and the price of loyalty. She didn't choose the game chose her.
Definitely want to give a big shout out to y'all tonight. You already. And tonight's conversation wasn't really about who got the better version of you. It was about growth. Sometimes we leave relationships believing we gave everything we had. Other times we look back and realize we had more to give. We just didn't know how to. Life has a way of teaching lessons that love alone couldn't. The uncomfortable truth is your best self isn't a one-time gift that you hand to a person and never get back. If you're growing, your best self should keep changing. It should become wiser, kinder, healthier, and more honest with every season of life. So ask yourself, did that relationship fail because you gave too much or because you never truly showed up as the person you were capable of becoming? Growth is uncomfortable. Growth is uncomfortable because it asks you to mourn the person you used to be while taking responsibility for the person you're becoming. Maybe your greatest relationship wasn't the one that lasted forever. Maybe it's the one that forced you to finally meet yourself. So until next week, protect your peace. I mean, not next week, until next episode. Protect your peace. See you on next flight. Thank you for flying with us. Hold on, rewind all of that. Protect your peace. See you next episode. Thank you for flying with us on Land Your Plane Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your destination. Please remain seated until you have properly processed. Keep your mind clear until next time.
Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.